Okay, so let me recap. My recording just started. So good evening, everyone. Once again, you're all welcome to JCS Graduate School webinar. Before I introduce myself, let me quickly tell you about the community you are joining the webinar this evening. JCS stands for Japa Crew Scholars. The Japa means leaving your country to a better country. Yeah. So that's what the Japa means. And the crew means moving in group, like not japaing alone, you get. So moving in groups. And the scholar part is not just japaing and moving in group alone. Make sure you are funded by an organization, by a professor, by a department, or by the school. So you can either be offered a scholarship, an assistantship, a fellowship. Either of the three qualifies you to be a scholar. And God's willing, JCS community, as their name implies, we have people who have left the country in groups and also as a scholar. Myself, that I'm speaking to you this evening, I'm also a scholar, and this year alone, we have up to 25 members of GCS who got admitted to the United States of America on a fully funded ride. So last year, we recorded close to 20 scholars as well on a fully funded. So that's how we come about our name, Jack Parker Scholars. So you're welcome once again. So whenever you see me mention GCS, it means Jack Parker Scholar. We are leaving our country to a better country, moving in groups, and also getting funded by an organization or the department or the school or by a professor. All right, so let me quickly introduce myself before I introduce my speakers for today. My name is Ajayi Happiness. I'm a graduate of Federal University of Technology, Akure. I graduated in 2019 from the Department of Animal Production and Health. I'm also happy to tell you that I'll be resuming to Kentucky State University this August as a master's student. And my success can't be complete without mentioning GCS community. So that's why we are also inviting you all to participate in this webinar and also find yourself in the country of your choice on a fully funded ride. So we have 5 to 6 speakers this evening. All of you, please mute yourself, or else I'll be forced to do so. All right, so like I said earlier, we have up to 6 speakers this evening. One of our speakers will be talking on documents needed for graduate school application. One of our speakers will be talking on rubrics of WES, what WES means. Do you need WES or you don't need WES? How much does it cost to do your WES evaluation? What are the schools that request for WES and the stuff like that? Also, one of our speakers will also be talking about how to send code emails to professors and finding schools that has your program. For instance, I'm an animal scientist, and if I want to proceed in looking for schools that has my program, I have to use a better means to get all those schools. All right. So one of our speakers also will be talking on GRE. GRE is a standardized test required by the graduate school in the United States. So one of our speakers will be talking about that. We also have one of our speakers that will be talking about rubrics of English tests. Rubrics of English tests. So these are the likes of IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo. So this scholar will be telling us about English tests. And the last but not the least, we have one of our scholars. We have few of our scholars that are also in this meeting that will be sharing us their story, how they got their funding, how they started, and how smooth is their journey. And the last part of the session will be question and answer. So I'll be introducing the first speaker to us. in person of Sunday Akanji. Sunday Akanji is also a graduate of FUTA. He's going to introduce himself properly, but let me just summarize his profile. Sunday Akanji is a graduate of FUTA, Civil Engineering Department, and he will be resuming to University of North Carolina, Charlotte, as a PhD student. Another scholar we have on our list this morning is Adekunle Omole, one of the founder of JCS community. Adekunle Omole is a graduate of FUTA as well, and is currently a PhD student at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in New York. So one of our scholars tonight will also be Olanrewaju Adekunle. Olanrewaju Adekunle is currently based in South Africa. He's a scholar as well because he won the Commonwealth Scholarship last year to proceed for his master's program in South Africa. And also, as our scholar will be talking on the rubrics of GRE, is Adebowale Odumuwagon. Yeah, Adebowale Odumuwagon. We'll be talking about how to go about GRE tests, how easy the GRE test is, how much the GRE test costs, and the efficacy of writing a GRE test. And the last on my list is sharing. Okay, the second to the last. Pardon me. Sharing of their success stories. So let me quickly brief our scholars. I'll be talking about that. Shalom the will be talking about that. Myself will be talking about that. Omole will be talking about that, and Oluwaseun, Benjamin. We have a lot of scholars there that will tell us a bit of their story and how they got their own fully funded offer in the United States. All right, so one of our scholars will be handling the question and answer session in person of Chidoze. All right, Chidoze got his fully funded PhD program in Baylor University. He's a computer scientist, no, electrical engineering, yeah, in the Department of Electrical Engineering. And my chat box moderator is one of the JCS admin in person of Josiah Olofi. So thank you very much for your time. I'll be introducing our first speaker for tonight. Sunday Akanji, are you ready for your session? Sunday Akanji, are you ready for your session? Hello, Sunday Akanji. We can't hear you, Sunday Akanji. Are you there? Hello, Sunday Akanji. Can you hear me? Please drop a message in the chat box if you can hear me. Sunday Akanji.
I think he's talking. He's having issues with his mic or so.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Oluwaseun. Oh, I'm very sorry. I missed one of our session. Oh my God. One of our scholars will be talking about how you can secure a fully funded offer with your HND degree. So if you are here with your HND degree, you are lucky because Oluwaseun got his fully funded offer into the United States, and man has an HND degree, no BSc, no PGD. So if you are here and you have HND, trust me, to secure your funding is very possible. So when it comes to Oluwaseun per day session, please pay attention. Pay attention. So I'm very sorry, Oluwaseun, for missing that session. I hope my apology is accepted. Akanji,
Good
can
day,
you hear
everyone.
us? All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, good day, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So
All right.
you have 15 to 20 minutes for your session. Let me remind us that Akanji Sunday will be talking about the documents needed for graduate school application. Also, we'll be talking about the efficacy of English tests, the likes of TOEFL and HETS. So, Akanji Sunday, you have the floor now.
All right. So I'm happy to be here. I'm also going to be sharing some things. Okay. Yeah, it's loading now. So, good day, everyone. It's nice to be here. I am Sunday Michael Akonji, a graduate of civil engineering from the Federal University of Technology, Akure. So, I graduated in year 2019, and I am proceeding to the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, this August for a doctorate study. So, I'm proceeding for my PhD program in infrastructure and environmental systems. And I'm glad that I'm going to be sharing some tips with us on the documents that are needed for graduate school applications. Yeah, so can we hear me? Sorry, I would like to get a feedback.
Hear you. You can
Yes,
also
we can
drop
hear
your
you.
comments on the chat box, please. No one is allowed to use the mic. If you can hear him, drop your
All
comments
right,
into the chat box. Sunday, go on, sir.
all right. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm sharing a screen now. I hope we can all see that. Yeah. So
You can see your screen.
the document, securing opportunities like this, we need to present documents and not present ourselves physically to people, to professors, to admission committee that are going to accept us into the school and grant us all these scholarships and opportunities. But we need to present something which they are going to review. And the thing that is going to represent us are actually our documents, our paper documents converted to their electronic version, as the case may be. Yes, so these documents, I've made some outlines for us. So this document here, the very first one is, of course, you need your international passport. There is no serious-minded person that is going to be
Michael,
applying for
please, can you please
opportunities
enlarge
that would not
your
have
slide?
their.
Michael, can you please enlarge your slide, please?
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, all right. Can we see better now?
Slide mode. Put it on slide mode.
All right. So can we see now? Yeah, in order not to waste our time, I will keep talking while I try to
The,
adjust it anyway.
all
Yeah,
right, all right.
so
The
the
third
first
tab
document, like
beside the
I've said, is
comments.
actually the international passport. Hello?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So the very first one is the international passport, then the academic transcript. You need your statement of purpose. You must have been hearing SOP, personal statement, some school requests for motivation letters. Likewise, you need your academic CV, you need your letters of recommendation, you need your standardized test results, depending on the school and the program you are applying into. Yeah, some require GRE, that is the graduate records examination, the TOEFL, test of English language if it is required. We also have international English language testing system, which is the IELTS. Also, we have Duolingo as part of the English language requirements. Yeah, the final one, which is very much optional, but could boost your application, is the portfolio. So I'm going to be taking all these one after the other. Yeah, so the picture we can see here is that of the international passport, like the Nigerian passport, also usable for the West Africa. So the purpose of this is that you are going for an international for an international program. You can't cross borders without your passport, definitely. So that's the purpose. And then the application, you can, we've been accustomed to making use of agents for most of our applications. But I want to assure you, this is also the route I followed myself. What I did was the DIY method, that is, do it yourself. I actually applied for my international passport myself, and I got it myself within 2 months. Yes, within 2 months without uh, any extra pay. And I can recall that the total amount I spent on getting my international passport is actually 25,500 naira. And that was in 2021. I think the set of people I guided this year or last month got they got their own for 26,500 thereabouts. Now we can see that there's a link on the screen. We can see that, so we can explore that link to check how we can go about the DIY method, because the Federal Republic of Nigeria is actually trying to eradicate all these agents from um, it's to make it a seamless process. So let me put it that way. And then, of course, the validity of your passport, you should be aware of that. And then
Michael,
the
Michael,
quantity of the
please.
pages that you have therein.
Hello, Michael. Can we have the link on the chat box,
Hello?
please? Thank you. The link you said you can do
All
the
right.
passport
All right.
themselves. Let's have the chat box. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm copying that now. Yeah. So the validity of your passport, you have 32 pages valid for 5 years. You have 64 pages valid for 5 years as well. But in this case, I would say that you can go for the 32 pages, 5 years validity. Don't worry, when it gets, you can't travel so much that everything will get exhausted. So I've shared the link now. You can't travel so much that you exhaust every of the pages. When you get to the US, wherever you go to, it will be easy for you to renew. That's not an issue. Yeah, so moving on to the next one. Your academic transcripts. We have the types of academic transcripts in terms of the copy. We have the student copy, which is the unofficial copy. We also have the official copy. Most schools that I have applied to actually they require students to submit the unofficial copy, that is the student copy. And then after admission, after they've been admitted, they can now send the official copy directly from the schools. However, there are some certain schools that require you to send the official copy directly from the school to them. Of course, if you are going to do that, definitely you are paying your school to do that on your behalf. So most of the scholars, this journey requires some uh, uh, this journey actually requires money. Yes, it does require, but having the right information would help you save on things you are supposed to be spending on unnecessarily. So I would implore us to actually apply to schools that require unofficial copy. You have your student copy, then you submit. Then after your admission has been granted or you've gotten your scholarship, then you can proceed to send your official copy. Yes. So how do you obtain your academic transcript? You can get that from the exams and records unit of your university, of your undergraduate university. And then if that could be strenuous sometimes based on schools. I finished from FUTA, so it's quite easy for Futarians to get their academic transcripts. But in this case, if your case is different from another school, you can, I think there are schools now are trying to incorporate a kind of online system in which students can convert their results online. They have their results online, they can convert it to PDF. So you can also make use of that, at least for admission purpose. But it is very much recommended that you get the unofficial copy from your school so that you can use it quite often. Yeah, the next thing is the statement of purpose. Yeah, statement of purpose, they say SOP, personal statement, motivation letter. This is like the core of the application itself. The core of the application itself. Yes, this statement of purpose, let me start with the difference between the statement of purpose and statement of, someone is saying that they can't hear anymore. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Happiness, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It seems it's from his own
Okay.
end.
All right. So the difference, okay. So what I've listed down here are actually the contents of your statement of purpose, your personal statement, or your motivation letter. Actually, there's a thin line between these three. Some schools can require you to send your statement of purpose and still send personal statement. Some may not call it personal statement, they may say motivation letter. But for most schools that I have applied to and that other scholars have applied to, they actually make use of just the statement of purpose. But in all of these three, once you are required to submit your statement of purpose and then personal statement, the personal statement is more or less talking about your personal statement, as the name implies, is asking you to tell about your story, especially your challenges and how you've been able to overcome them. That is, if the two are required, if the two are requested, like submit your statement of purpose and submit your personal statement. But if it is just the personal statement that you are meant to submit, like just that one, it means that all of these things listed actually apply, because sometimes they use them interchangeably. Yeah. Now, these key elements that are meant to be present in your statement of purpose, I said, what's the essence? The essence, or what's the need for these documents, is that um, the admission committee are not interfering. They're not going to be interfering with you physically at first, even if there's going to be an interview later on. They're not interfering with you at first, but there's something that is meant to go ahead of you to tell the admission committee about yourself. And this is your personal statement or your statement of purpose. So that is the essence. They need to know, okay, this person applying, we need to know about the person. Why are you applying? Do you get? So let's continue with the list. The need for SOP, the need for statement of purpose, is actually the answer for it is in the question. Let me repeat that again. The answer, that is the need for SOP, is actually being answered by the question itself. So, and what are these questions? Like, the admission committee wants to know, if I'm part of the admission committee, I want to know these things about you. And what are the things I want to know about you? These are the questions. And these are what should be in your statement of purpose. Or these are the things that should not be missing in your statement of purpose. The first question is, who are you? Yes, I'm getting a transcript. I'm getting an application from a potential student. The first question that comes to mind after seeing the transcript, oh, it's wonderful. Oh, this, da, 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 da. I want to know, who are you? Yeah, so your statement of purpose should constitute a brief introduction about yourself. A brief introduction about yourself, your story, your brief story that aligns with the reason why you are applying. And then you should talk about your educational background. You should talk about your professional experience, if you do have one. If you don't have a professional experience, you would definitely have something in line of research. Exactly. So your professional experience put together with your academic background should be present. They are very much crucial. And then, what have you done since your graduation? Or what have you been doing? Or what have you done? What have you done in your undergraduate that aligns with this program you are applying for? Do you understand? So, or what are you currently doing that is in line with this application that you are submitting? Then another key element is, why the program and why the school? Why have you chosen this program? Now, if I'm applying for a program in sustainability studies, it means I should be able to explain, why am I applying for that program? What is this program going to do for me at the end of the day? Or along the way, along my career path, along my journey, what is this program going to do for me? That should be present. Then, what problems or what challenges do I intend to solve? No, that is more like a problem statement. If you're writing a statement of purpose and there is no problem statement, that means a general problem, maybe in a community, in a society, or in a field. Yes. If there's no problem statement, it means that such statement of purpose is actually not complete. So, what problems do you intend to solve? Your community, in your state, in your city, in your field. Then, what career or professional aspiration do you have that is in line with this program? what contributions do you have for the field? What contributions do you want to make also for the school? What contributions do you want to make like into the department? That will also enhance your probability of getting funded, because when we are talking about this funding, it is always the difference between the European scholarships and the US scholarship is actually that we are going to the US is not like you have to do something like an exchange. You have to do something in return. And what are you doing in return is either you are your scholarship comes in form of graduate assistantship. Yes. So you are going to be doing something in return. And what is that? You may either be a teaching assistant. Yeah, teaching assistant. You are lecturing the undergraduate students, or you are lecturing, uh, performing teaching roles. Yes, teaching assistantship, and then your tuition fee is being waived, and then you are getting some stipends as a result of the job you are performing. Likewise, you can be a research assistant. That is, you're working with a professor in the lab, carrying out research and all of those things, setting up laboratory apparatus. Yeah. So your scholarship in the US comes in form of graduate assistantship, which can be it can be either of these or a combination of both, your teaching assistantship or research assistantship. Yeah, I think there's a third one, which is not so much common, is I think the administrative assistant or something. But let's just stick with the two. Now, why are you applying? Should also, like, it's a keynote. It's a key thing there. What do you want to achieve by applying? Applying for this program, what do you want to achieve? Applying to this school, what do you want to achieve? What professional knowledge do you intend to contribute to the field? What are your expectations if you are admitted into this program? What are your short and long-term goals? So these are the crucial ingredients that should be present in your statement of purpose. I hope that is clear. Yeah, so to the next line, to the next section, we have academic CV. I would say that I will start with this. Your academic CV is quite different from your employment CV. Your employment CV is that which you are going to submit to get a job offer, like we often do in our country. But your academic CV is quite different from your employment CV. And then what are the contents? What are the things that are meant to be present in your academic CV? Your academic CV should show your educational background, to show your research interest, your educational background, research interest. In our various fields, we have specific interests, the things that interest us, and then what we want to focus on. Should your academic CV should also consist of your skills, your soft skills, your problem solving skills, your conceptualization, your problem solving, all of those things. Should consist of your work and research experience. And also, please do include the link to your publications. If you have publication, include the link to your publication in your CV as applicable. Yeah, professional certifications, membership, certifications, your affiliations with your affiliation with organizations. Can also put that as well. Then your teaching experience for people that are looking into getting graduate assistantship or in form of teaching assistantship. Part of the things they check is, does this person have a teaching experience at all? At all? Yeah. Even if your teaching experience has to be voluntary, yes, it has to be stated in it. Then
Michael,
what are
please
the
fast track
honors? What are the
your
awards
slide,
that?
please. Michael, please fast track your slide. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the conferences you attended is also important. Yeah. Lastly, avoid unnecessarily long CVs. 2 to 3 pages are preferable. I know that people have done so many wonderful things, but you don't have to state them all. Just make them concise, and 2 or 3 pages. Uh, Very okay. Now, letters of recommendation. You need letter of recommendation. You need someone to discuss you in concise details, stating your work and character ethics, like people you've worked with before, people who have been your lecturer before, to vouch for your suitability for the program you're applying for. Yeah, who can write a recommendation letter for you Your undergraduate lecturer can do that for you. Your undergraduate supervisor can do that for you. Your professional manager, maybe your line manager at work, your supervisor, your senior colleague can also do that for you. So for submission of recommendation letters, there are two types, the European style and the American style. For America, most of the applications I've done and that other scholars have done, America requires you to requires the direct submission of the letter via a link that is sent to the school. The school itself sends a link to the recommender that you have inputted their details. So they send the link to them, and then your recommender has to submit the letter themselves. Do you get? So that's the style for the what America does. Yes, standardized tests. For most schools require standardized tests, and there are some schools and programs. I will implore us to check when you are checking when your school is requesting for standardized tests. Also look into the programs you're applying for. Some schools require the test, but some specific programs do not actually require the test. Yes, so I would say that when you see the school requiring, then you can check the program details for that. So you have the GRE, the TOEFL, the IELTS, and then the Duolingo. Yeah, so I have the links. I will send that to the chat box there. Yeah, to the next one, your publication, your certificate, your certification, and your portfolio. For students that are in architecture, their professors always request for portfolio, so you can put that in your application details as well. Yeah, so I have a link here. I'm going to be copying the link and sending it to us. People have been requesting for the template, the application document template. So we can have that. JCS, the community has done us good, has done us well. I have been a beneficiary of these templates and also now a benefactor, because you can always see award-winning documents, templates that are on the drive. So I've sent that to the chat box. Yeah. Finally, we believe at JCS that no one has actually won until we all win. So we rise by lifting others, and we raise ourselves actually. So thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Scholar Sunday. You are very good for this great presentation. I hope you all learn from this presentation. This is very well detailed. Let me quickly drop two contributions to the just concluded session. Scholar Sunday made mention that about the content you need to have on your CV. I just want to chip this in that make sure you have your Scholar Sunday put it as an optional, but I want to advise that you should make sure we have at least 2 teaching experiences on our CV. This is because there are some schools that you submit an application to, and they might not have research assistantship on ground. They might not have research assistantship on ground, and teaching assistantship might be the only offer on that at the moment when you submitted the application. So if they can't find teaching experience on your CV, they might be doubting your teaching skills. So let's try as much as possible to have at least 2 teaching experience, because you don't know the kind of assistantship you might get in your funding. The scholar that just finished presenting was awarded the teaching assistantship, and I'm very certain he has a couple of teaching experience in his CV. I'm not too sure, but I'm certain he would definitely have a couple of teaching experience. So I have a couple of scholars here also as teaching assistantship as their funding. So, and the second thing I want to point out is let's make sure we prepare our CV. He has told us the main thing we need to have on our CVs. He has told us the necessary documents we needed to proceed for this journey. So if you are yet to have your transcripts, take the step as from next week, as from Monday. Reach out to your school, do the necessary procedure, and get your transcript at hand. You can't proceed without having a transcript. Every one of us have their official transcript before securing funding. There's no how you can get a funding without its transcripts. It's not possible. It's not possible. So Thank you once again, Scholar Sunday. We are very, very grateful for this presentation. If you have any question regarding this session, please and please drop them in the chat box so that you won't forget. So you can drop them in the chat box. Our chat box moderator will take notes. We'll be moving to the next session now, and I'll be calling on our scholar, um, Scholar Adekunle Omole. Adekunle Omole, are you ready? Let me quickly recap. Adekunle Omole will be talking on words. What does words mean? Why do you need to do words? Is words really a necessity in graduate school application? So that's the next session we are going to now. Adekunle Omole, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, welcome, sir. Let me quickly recap. Adekunle Omole is a PhD student at Leselia Polytechnic Institute in New York. You can see how it's freshing. He resumed last year, August 2022, for his PhD program without a master's degree. So let me bust your bubble. You can also secure PhD offer in the United States without a master's degree. Our scholar that just completed the first session also um, got its PhD offer without a master's degree. So I hope you take note of that. Dr. Molly, oh, sorry, Mr. Molly, can go ahead, sir.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Yeah, it's known here. Um, yeah, I don't know how to start and where to start from. Um, Thank you, Ajayi, Adebowale, Sunday, Michael, all of you that Sheon Ipede too, all of you guys that have organized this meeting. Most of the first cohort of JCS community, we are busy in the US, busy with research, and we're busy with life generally. And we were unable to be part of the community as we used to be. So, and then when we were leaving Nigeria last year, I thought myself and Fumbi, we thought that the community will now move forward because of the inactiveness of people, but no, Ajayi and his friends, they proved us wrong, and they did more than what we did when it was our time. Yeah, so I really appreciate you guys, and I see your works, and I hope that the new leaders of the community we continue to move the community forward. Yeah, I believe so. I trust those guys. I've been seeing their works. And then let me start by saying JCS is a community of friends. It is not a mentor-mentee kind of a platform now. Who is
Please,
that?
please mute your mic. I'll help you. Istre, please mute your mic. Thank you.
Okay. What was I saying? Okay. I was talking about the community. The community is it's just a group of friends that we gather. All of you, we are friends, despite the fact where you are, the level you are. Maybe you've not even gotten your document and all of that. We are all friends trying to motivate each other. I'm not here to tell you the story of JCS community, how we started. But one thing I can tell you is that we are all friends, right? Yeah, so that's it. And then number two, please do well and follow JCS on all social media platforms. The new guys, they did open what's it called? Social media platform for JCS. And this is our social media platform. My writing is bad, but it's Jesse Scholars 21. Okay, I can put it in the chat box, right? Yeah. So and also I need to mention that it is not everybody that will be added into the community. Don't take it as offense. It is just that we do not want people that will just be dormant in the group with her, because when we started the group then in 2021, people came and they were added into the group without saying anything. They were not active. So Ajayi Tenor came and then it was really tough. It was tough and very active. I mean, very effective. People, it was really, really effective. So we believe that that's the best form of form of how to keep the community going and growing. It is better we have 50 people and all of us are active than having 1,000 and less than 10% is active. That doesn't really make a sense. So for those of you that would not be, some people, it's not that they are not serious, but they are having a full-time job and they cannot combine it with the community. So you can just stay low, and then it's not compulsory you are in the group, even though the group helps to motivate you every day, because of constant conversation that they have in the group. But if you are not chanced to be in the group, just make use of our Google Link Drive. I know about 2 people that they came into the group, but they did not stay long. They were removed, but they kept using the Google Link Drive, because everything you need is there. How to code email is there. How to everything that Michael just mentioned, the guy that spoke before I came in, everything is there in that Google Drive link. And then when you are using that document, please do not copy and paste directly. And Josiah, please, I'm very sorry. I was not chanced to put a slide on. I had a busy schedule. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me. Yeah. So while you are using the Google Drive link, the document, those documents are real documents. Those documents are documents that we used. Most people that have passed through JCS, those are the documents that we use. So please do not take it lightly. Take it serious. I mean, study it. Study it like you would study a book that you cherish, and then do not copy and paste. See, we are in the AI generation, and what most people do is just go on the internet and tell ChatGPT to generate something for them, or copy and paste people's work. Please, all these institutions, they have tools to check if your work is being recreated or it's your original work. What I tell people is go to those documents. There are more than 30 CVs, more than 20 SOPs, and plenty people. And I'm very sure that there's high chances that you would meet someone that is in your field. Even if you do not meet someone that is in your field, just read SOP of different fields and you can come up with your own. I don't advise people to use AI for SOP because it's generic. If you want to write your SOP, go to the link, read different SOPs, and then come up with your own. That's just by the way. I didn't want to forget. I'm here to talk about Wes. So Wes, before I go into that, people used to have this idea that when they are done with their document, just to add to what Michael said, that they have to show it to a mentor, in quotes, a mentor. No, you don't need a mentor to do it. And that's why JCS community exists. Your friend that you are both applying together, when you are done with your document, share it with that person, and the person can help you to view it. Any comment that your friend make and you feel that it makes sense, just change it. You don't need a mentor, in quotes. I did not give my document to people in the US or in Canada to help me review it. I did not. I had a chance to do it, and when I did it, the guy did not get back to me as soon as possible. And before he got back to me, I already got my fully funded offer. So what I'm trying to say is that you can come up with your own stuff, especially when you check the JCS drive, check what people have done that got them their offers, and then you do something that is as unique as that, or even more unique than that. And I bet you don't really need a mentor, in quotes, right? I am not saying you should not get a mentor, but mentors are busy. And the definition of mentors in Nigeria is they just want you to have their time. And I don't really buy to that idea of mentorship, right? So just do good. I mean, write a good document, prepare a good document for yourself, and then be confident in what you've done, and then compare with what we've curated for you guys, and then you're good to go, I believe. So, so what is WES? Last year, if I should define WES, I would say WES is if I should explain WES to you, I would say WES is one of the documents that you need to apply to graduate school. But now I want to change it and say WES is top two most, and sorry, transcript is top two most important document that you need. I have seen people that with just their transcript, they didn't write no exam. They just had the transcripts, basically their transcript, and they got offer. And for sure, their SOP and CV and everything. So, although the standardized tests are very important, but in some cases, they are not important. Some schools waive GRE, but I don't want to tell you that because schools waive GRE that you should not write the exams. No, I'm not going to tell you that. But transcript is the most important thing. Okay, let's put it that way. Transcript is the most important thing. And how does worst comes in? I'll use myself as an example. One of the advantage of doing WES is I graduated with a 2.2 in Federal University of Technology, where my CGPA was 3.44 over 5. Right, that's a 2.2. I used to pride in it because I talked to two guys, you know. So when I did my WES, it resulted into 3.2 over 4. What WES is simply doing is that WES is converting your transcript from a Nigerian standard. I believe everybody here in this meeting are Nigerians. WES is converting your transcript from a Nigerian standard to a US standard, right? Most of the institutions in Nigeria, they use 5 pointers. I mean, 4 over 5. I mean, your CGPA when you graduate is 4 point something over 5 or 3 point something over 5. So when you convert it, it is converted to 4.0. Even though there are some schools that use 4.0, I think UI. See, I would advise that if you have it and you are going to some schools that require WES, just do it. Because I'm an engineering student. So for an engineering student, we use 5 years in the university. And here in the US, they don't use up to 5 years. They use 4 years. So we did some courses that they are not really relevant and they have impacted our CGPA badly. So what WES do is that they remove all those courses. They are not really aligned with your field. And then the ones that align with your field, that's what they do, and they now evaluate it. And then that's why you see that most CGPA, it goes up after conversion. People like my babe now, she graduated with 4.0, around 4.0, and when she converted her CGPA to WES, it was I think 3.7 or 3.8. So that's very high. Anything 3.5 over 4.0 in WES is, I mean, in American university is considered as our first class in Nigeria. So 3.22 is a good one. It's like to Nigerian education, let me say it's like 2.1, right? So when I did my WES from 3.44 over 5, it was converted to 3.2 over 4, which is a good one. Most schools in the US, like 90% of schools, what they want is 3.0. So even my friend I graduated with the very low CGPA, very low, I think 2 point something. When he converted I think he was on 2.9 something or 3.0 on the dots, and he was able to secure an offer too in the US. So WES, we really for low grader people like myself, WES will really take you far. Or HND people, WES will really take you, like it will boost your CGPA, and then you cannot compete with all other candidates because you have WES. And one more point to WES is if you have a low CGPA and then you have West. Just prioritize school that wants West from you. There's something they call HBCU institution. That's Historical Black Community University, HBCU. Most of those schools they require West. So if you have West, just go to those schools. Apply to those schools. Those schools are kind of, people don't really apply to them. Like, competition is not high like the PW highs. That's the predominantly white institutions. So apply to those schools. There are other PWI institutions too that they require West too. But if you have West, just prioritize people that schools that want West, because you have, most people are not doing West. International students, most of them are not doing West. So you've already, like, you are how do I point it? You are not competing with so many people because you have West with you, right? And if a guy asked me a question sometimes ago that if is to do West or GRE, which one should I choose for him? Then I asked him what was his CGPA. He graduated with a 2.2. Then I told him, bro, go and do West. This is the reason why I said that there are some schools that they do not want GRE. They do not care about GRE anymore since the COVID happened. And what they want from you to get offer is just have a 3.0 in West, right? And then you can get then they can admit you and then give you your offer. There's one of my guy in Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M is also a HBCU institution. What they only want is West. They don't even need their GRE or your. And most institution in about 65 to 70% institution in America, they do not require English from Nigerians because they know that our primary, our official language in Nigeria is English language. So, although I do advise people, if you have the capability to do all this stuff, do it. This is why I tell you to do it, because you have no excuse, like they have no excuse not to admit you. If you have a good grade, you did your GRE, you did your IELTS or TOEFL, and let's say you now do West on top of it, like schools literally have no excuse for them not to admit you because all of your documents is intact. One of my guys in California, said, he does all of this stuff, but he did not do English IELTS, and that department require IELTS. So when he has already gotten his offer unofficially, but his supervisor told him that he should go and write an English test. So he quickly rushed and write Duolingo. So that was what he used, and then he got his offer. So so I'm going to share my screen now to show you the West website. Ajayi, can I go on?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
And before I share my screen, there is this in our Google Drive link, there is this folder called West. I prepared a PDF last year or last 2 years thereabout on how to do your West DIY. See, people are just lazy, and that's why people don't do stuff themselves. Go through everything in that Google link drive, and honestly, you might not need community to join to get motivated, because that link is a motivation itself.
Have friends before they go out.
So
Chinozo, please mute yourself, please.
go to West folder, go to that PDF, and then everything you need is there. So I'm going to share my screen now. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. Yeah, so this is Web's website. There are different platforms that evaluate results, which include West. There is one called ECA. There is one called I think Philips or something. But the most popular among them is West. So I do advise people to get West. All of the schools that collect evaluation results. All of them collect West, but some they collect West and not collect ECA. So if you have ECA, you won't have all the options. So just go ahead and do West. I think West is the most expensive among all, which is I think $218. That's what West will charge you, but that's not the only money you will spend, right? Because you would have to send a transcript from your school to West. The office is in Canada, and then after they receive their home money 218, and you've sent your West to Canada, the price that you are sending is dependent upon your school. My own school in Nigeria, FUTA, charges I think 15,000. Some schools charge as high as 80,000, 100,000.
It's now 25,000.
Oh, okay, 25,000. And then when you come back to do confirmation, then I think you pay another 10,000. So that's 35,000 apart from the $218 that you want to pay. So that's the price you pay for West. And so basically what you want to do when you come to West website is you come here, and then there's how you can check your CGPA. I believe everybody in this meeting have their transcript, because your transcript and your international passport is the first thing. In fact, it's not even your international passport, because most of us going to the US, we do not need our international passport until we got our fully funded offers. Yeah. So if you're planning for 2024 and you've not gotten your passport now, it's not late, right? Just go and do your passport. While you are doing your passport, make sure you have gotten your transcript, because if you have gotten your transcript now, you can be sure that you want to get offer. Because when those PI, those are the professors that we message, that we could email, when they take your transcript and they, oh, you've done this course, it's related to my research, you've done this subject, it's related to my research, so your transcript is the most important thing. So I believe you all have gotten your transcripts. If you have not, please start tomorrow. Go to your school website or call your student. Anyhow you want to do it, just go and get your transcript. Have a student copy. Have a student copy at hand. Some schools don't give out student copy. What you can just do is just do as if you find a local primary school around your area, then tell the school that that they want to employ you and they request for your official transcript, and then they can your school cannot send it to that primary school. Yeah, they do that. I've seen guys that do that, and then you just go and collect it from the primary school that you want to work with, in quotes. You understand? So that's how you can get your. So that's an official transcript, though. But when you tear it from the envelope, it has turned to unofficial. So what you just have to do is take your mobile phone and then snap it and turn it into PDF, because you are not using hard copy. You are coding many lecturers applying online. You don't need hard copy. You just need soft copy. Just make sure you have a good camera, scan it into PDF. And there are some people that they are just graduating and their transcript might not have been ready. US is very flexible. You can use your results. When you get your 100 level first semester, 100 level second semester result that shows on your portal, you can just download it and then combine it into one PDF. Guys, I don't know if you know this website. It is called ilovepdf.com. ilovepdf.com. We really you really find it very useful in this your journey of GAPA, because it's a very versatile website. It changes your Word document to PDF and vice versa, your JPEG to PDF, and vice versa. So you want to use that website for all of those, turning your document into PDF. So if you have your portal, your results from 100 level, just screenshot them. After you've screenshotted them, then go to ilovepdf.com and then convert them. Make sure you crop. When you screenshot from your mobile phone, it's going to show your network, your Wi-Fi. Just make sure you crop it so that it looks kind of perfect. You don't want those guys to be stressing and say maybe this thing is edited or something. That's just by the way. So some schools in the US, they can get that from you and then they give you offer. But after the offer, you must provide your official. So because you are just graduating and you have not gotten your transcript ready, does not stop you from getting offer, right? There is somebody, she's in this meeting, she got an offer in one school in California, and then what she used was basically a result from 100 level. She has not even gotten a final semester result. She used 4 years in school, so that's 8 semester. She used just 7 semester. US they're very considerate. You just have to talk to them. Talk to them like you're talking to a friend. A professor, maybe you're talking to the graduate coordinator. A professor or a Miss Kiniko Kinikom, a Miss Stella. I just graduated last summer, or I just graduated last January, and my final semester is not ready yet. I'm just thinking if I can use the ones that are ready. They will tell you, okay, you can go ahead, right? I've even seen somebody that, in Futa, when we were in Futa then, they used to paste our result. They used to paste our result on the wall. So that guy, he took a picture of it from 100 level till his final year. The guy is in UI, the guy I'm talking about, but I'm just using that photo as an example. So he took a picture, he now turned it into PDF, and that's what he used to apply, and he got it. He got offer, and it was after he got the offer that he had to go to UI to go and beg, and give money and all of those stuff. Because if you have to do all of those stuff, do it. It's your life. Invest in this hustle. Coming to America or going to Canada will change your life. There is struggle when you get here, but then it is worth it at the end, So make sure you get your transcript ready. And if you are just graduating and your transcript is not ready, if you have your result from 100 level, just make sure the result is showing the name of the course. See, let me tell you what they are looking in your transcript. It's not the name of the school or anything. What they want to look is the course. For instance, now I did civil engineering in Futa, and I'm here doing my grad school in transportation. So what they want to check is, okay, you have done introduction to transportation. First of all, they want to check the department you did in your undergraduate. Okay, civil engineering, transportation. That correlates, And the next thing they want to check is the courses that you have done, like the soil mechanism, the water engineering program, all of those stuff. They want to check if it really correlates with what we want to come and do in their department. So just make sure those results that you are compiling, it has, for instance, CV 303, fluid mechanics, and you are going to mechanical engineering to do something related to fluid mechanics, even though you did civil engineering in Nigeria. They know that. So that's what they want to check. And your grade. Sure, you understand? Some PIs, some professors, they want to check your grade. Okay, this guy had A, he had B. Okay, it's a good fit for our lab, and stuff like that. So make sure it shows all of those stuff. And then I was talking about this website. So you want to come here so after you've gotten your transcripts, this is what I wanted to talk about before I deviated. After you've gotten your transcript, you want to come here. I hope everybody can see my screen. You want to come here to calculate your CGPA. This one does not require payment. What you want to do basically is to, for instance, now, before I did my WES, I told you guys I graduated with 3.44 over 5. So when I graduated 3.44 over 5, so I came here first, and then I did this IGPA calculator. It is free. The reason why I did it is just to know what my CGPA would be in US standard if I eventually decide to pay money and evaluate it with them. So they have like a free online calculator, and the calculator is 98% correct. Yeah, it's 99% correct. When I did mine, when I did it on air, it gave me 3.19 over 4. When I did it, you just go to start now. And when I eventually paid my fee, and it gave me 3.2, like just 0.01 difference. So it usually give you 98% accuracy. If you do it and it gives you 3.75 over 4. Just have it in mind that you cannot have less than 3.7. It might be 3.74 or 3.76, something like that. But when you do it here, just know that what you are getting here is what you will get when they do it. They will not give you a high CGPA here and then come back and give you a very low one. No. Their integrity is top notch. So you want to feel all this stuff. I'm not here to do this stuff. But yeah, you want to do this stuff and then it continue. After it continue, then it's not give you a table to impute your data. This is the drive for people that are new to I want to show you where the West this thing is. So when you click the link, it's gonna take you here. It will take you here. So this is the code email and everything. So you want to go to West. I'm sorry, you guys are not seeing my screen, right?
I can see your screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was showing some other thing, but
Nothing. Just the voice.
yeah. I'm sorry, and I will be soon done with my session. So can you see my screen now?
Nothing yet. Okay, it's coming up.
Can you see
Okay.
this? Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see this.
Okay. For the new people that have not gotten the link before, this is everything. When you get to the US, that's when you need this first folder. It's gonna tell you how you can apply for Canada visa. I got my own a few months ago. So that's by the way. I pray you get to this stage. So this is code email, this is cover letter, this is JRA, IETS, how to book your flight when you get your funding, the CV, the recommendation, how it is written, the and everything. So I'm talking about West here. What you want to go to is West, and this is the document that I was talking about. So I explain everything here. So after the page, this page that I showed you a few minutes ago, you fill everything in. Your school, just fill it in. And then you want to see this list. Don't just bother yourself. Enter the course title: Introduction to Agricultural Engineering, Introduction to Econometrics, and Geography Law, Crime Law. You don't need to do all those stuff because it's of no use. So the enter credit here is credit means your credit unit now. They call it credit hour here in the US, but it's credit unit that we call it in Nigeria. Your 3-unit course, 4-unit course, 5-unit course, 7-unit course. So that's what you want to have here. So the first one is 3-unit course. Maybe it's I mean 101, 3-unit course. I had A there. Chemistry 101, I had B there. It was 4-unit course. So the enter credit means the number of unit course of each courses. So I did, I think 76 courses in footer. So I impute all of the 76 courses there. So that's what you want to do, and do it as fast as possible. So you input everything, and then if you want to add more courses, I think the first row that the page will bring is 8. So you continue to add till you get to your last this thing. So you now do calculate CGPA. Boom, 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 boom. It calculates it and then it gives you a result. So this is my own. No, this is not my own. I didn't have 3.6. I think this is one of my friends' own. So my friend did it. My friend, I think he graduated with, the person graduated with a 2.2, maybe 4.0 or 3.9 over 5. I don't know. But he has a very strong 2.2 when West converted it. So even I used to tell people, when you have done your West, even though the school does not require West from you, because your West is a better presentation of your CGPA than what you are bringing in from Nigeria. Present your West to them. When you are emailing professor, present your West to them. Even though that's not what the school wants, but present it to them. Because most times when you and your peer, when you are talking, your professor that you want to go into his or her lab, when you guys are chatting, you are chatting via the email or Zoom call or all of those stuff. It is actually behind the camera. It is not with the admission people. I don't know if you understand this. So your supervisor is saying, send your transcript, and then you sent it, you look through it. This is a good call, 3.64. This is a good person, you know. Whereas maybe you graduated with 3.7 over 5. If you send in that, it's just humanly, it can be like 3.6 over 5. This is pretty kind of low. But because they are in America, they work with American system. This will really click into their brain that 3.64 is a high grade, something like that. And then when it's now time for apply, when they have instructed you to go and apply that, he like your research, he like you he like your personality, he believes in you, and blah blah blah. Go and research. So what you submit is none of his business again. What the admission board will just tell him is that, do you have any person? You say, okay, yeah, I have Stella Nwanko from Nigeria. Just let me admit this person. That's what they do. Those lecturers, they have people that they have signed deal with in the corner and via the email or Zoom meetings. And then when the admission board, when they are doing their own decision, so all of these lecturers, they now put in your name. One Miss Stella Nwanko from Nigeria, right? One Mr. Benga Jekayesimi from Nigeria is coming. So, see, sometimes if you and that professor if you guys have make a deal, even if you're out of class, just submit it. The admission board believes in the professor that he has interviewed this person and is the best fit for our department. Sure, you understand. So don't be intimidated by, even if I've seen third class guys that they're in the US with a fully funded offer. That's it. If you are still in school and you're in this meeting, please try and get a good CGPA, right? But if you have graduated, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing we can do to your distance. Okay, the only thing you can do is do worse and watch your CGPA climb up maybe a bit, but you cannot change the CGPA. The school has given you, they've given you. So what you need to do is just package all your documents like the past scholars have said, right? So, and then when you are done with your WES, make sure you present WES for when you are code emailing lecturers. So when you want to come here and then you see your final grade here, 3.64 over 4 and 3.64 over 4.0, which is a good one. So this is when you now decide to do it or not. And when you want to do it, all the instructions are here. And instructions are here. Just go through it and then do it. So what again do I want to talk about? I wrote some stuff here. Okay, I think that's pretty it. If you have any question related to Wes, please, Ajayi, I would need to
Yeah,
go.
we'll attend to the questions and answers later. So
Okay,
thank you so
yeah,
much.
I understand. But I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if I'm not sure if maybe another person can respond to those questions.
Oh, of course, don't worry about that. Don't worry.
Okay,
We can handle that. We can handle that.
okay, that makes
Thank you
sense.
so much for the
Yeah. I
presentation.
wish you guys the best in your. Please don't be intimidated. Don't be, if you have a low grade, don't be intimidated. You can do it. And the process is really daunting. People will tell you their story in this meeting. The process is daunting, but I believe in you. You're in Nigeria, you can do it. Yeah. So I wish you guys all the best. And have a good one. Enjoy the weather in Nigeria. Bye.
Thank you so much, Scholar Omole. That's one of the co-founder of JCS community. Like I said earlier, it resumed last year, August, fall 2022 at Resilient Polytechnic Institute in New York, in the program of civil transportation engineering. Let me quickly drop some comments regarding what our scholar just said. Omole, please exit your screen, please. All right, thank you. So, like I was saying, so let me quickly drop some comments regarding what our scholar just finish discussing with us. In every rules, there's always an exception, and not all faculty. He made mention of something that even if you have a third class and you've signed a deal with your professor, like the admission committee had no other choice than to admit you. While that is right, there are some exceptions. Yeah, there are some exceptions. There are some professors that doesn't have mouths. Are you getting my point? They don't have mouth, they don't have say. If you as an applicant does not meet the minimum requirements of that particular program or that particular department, they might not admit you. I will use myself as an example. I was able to secure a supervisor in the University of Maryland. We've signed the deal. Like I didn't even have third class, so I had 3.42 over 4. So we already signed the deal. And when unfortunately I was not offered admission. Now when I asked the program coordinator what happened, she had to analyze the requirement for me. That she said I didn't have some good grades in my introductory courses in my 100 level. Can you imagine? So in that situation, my supervisor couldn't help. He couldn't help. So that's just some exception. While there are some professors that then came out, then tell the admission committee, say, any admitted student, definitely they can admit you. But there are some professors that are new to the department that they have to dance with the tune of the admission committee. If the admission committee says this student doesn't qualify to be admitted, doesn't meet our requirements, we're sorry, we can't admit such person, they would have to recommend another applicant who met the program requirements. So that's one thing about that aspect. Also, the scenario he made mention of um is to the scenario he made mention of is just to tell you how you can easily get your words calculated via the IGPA calculator. Now, if you want to do the real words, he didn't really mention that. Let me quickly assist him in that aspect. So when you want to do your real words, you make sure you open an account via the West website. That's the first thing. The number two, you go back to your school, your institution. You initiate the transcript processing from there. Mind you, you need to open an account with Words first. This thing I'm saying is already on our drive link. We would like you to go through it. So, but let me just quickly buttress it for the sake of the recording, for those who will be listening to this recording after this meeting. So you open an account with Words. After that, you generate your reference number. You generate your reference number. It is that reference number that you will submit to your institution for them to send your words to your transcripts to words. So they will include your reference number in your application. So that's how words will recognize that that transcript belongs to you. So I hope you are getting that. So that's just the tip I want to add to that session. I will recap. Not all professors has the power to supersede the admission committee decision. Number two, to do your worst evaluation officially, your school has to be involved. You open an account with WES, generate your reference number, then proceed to your institution website, apply for them to send the transcript to WES, input the WES address that will be generated when you get the reference number, input the WES address, pay your money, add your reference number, and when WES receive your transcript, they will definitely notify you that your transcript has been received. Then they give you the dates to get your official West evaluation reports. So once again, thank you so much, Scholar Omole. I'll be calling on our next caller now. Let me recap regarding his profile. His name is Olanrewaju Adekunle. He's currently in South Africa on a fully funded scholarship for his master's program funded by Commonwealth, and is a prospective graduate student of JCS community. and it will be guiding us on how to write code emails. I can see some people asking such questions in the chat box. So how to write code emails, how to look for schools that has a program, and how to effectively follow up your code email. So Olaniwaju Adekunle, are you there? Olaniwaju Adekunle, are you there?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm here.
All
It's
right,
my
all right, all
my
right, all
mind.
right. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us this evening. What's the time
Yeah.
over there? I think it's 1 hour difference, yeah.
It's just 1 hour difference, so it's
All
just
right,
7.
good, good, good.
Yeah.
So we are quite the same. So
Now we are the same.
you have the floor now.
All right. Firstly, I would like to thank JCS for having me. I want to thank everyone, Omole, Debowale, and all the pioneer founders. So I want to say a very big thank you to you for having me. So, and now I would like to take us through a journey. Let me share my screen. Yeah, can you see my screen? Hello.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. Can you still see my screen now?
Of course, brilliant
Yeah.
code emails. Makes sense.
Okay. So how to send. So the two things I will be talking about is the first one is how to search for schools that align with your interest and how to send brilliant code emails. Searching for school that align with your interest. Let us start with what your interest is. So your interest could be what you have passion for or what you want to change or a research gap. Anytime people come to me, I used to ask them, check inward, what do you want to change? For you to be funded, for somebody to invest in you, it means that you want to solve a problem. Can you hear me? You must be ready to solve a problem.
Yes, we
That
can hear
research,
you. Go ahead, sir.
that research you want to do, you must be ready. It must solve something. You can't just come, and even if somebody should write a proposal for you, you yourself, and the first SOP that I wrote in 2019, I still have it. So each time I check it, I just laugh. you know so even me, I cannot give myself scholarship. So you you just have to solve a problem. That's it. So a research interest, as I do say, will give you direction and less stress. It's not that, you will say, like now I studied zoology in undergraduate. My undergraduate stuff was zoology. Let's now say I'm looking for zoology research. Like I now say, I don't have research interest, but any interest in zoology. I may still be searching around and looking for what to do now. But in zoology, we have different, what's it called? Like zoology divided into like 50 parts. We have hepatology, which is the study of snakes. We have malacology, the study of snails. Some people are doing well there. I have people doing well in study of snails. We have genetics. Some people are doing that. That's bird genetics, animal genetics. Then we have molecular biology, and there's entomology, which I am in. And in entomology is also divided into different things. We have different insects. And so entomology is the study of insects. So we have different insects. Now, we have bees, we have them all. But for me, I said I want to work on vector control. And we have different disease vectors. So you have to pick one. We have ticks, we have everything. Then I said, okay, I want to settle a mosquito. You see, that one alone has streamlined my search. I'm not stressing anything. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? I'm not stressing anything. So yours may be agribusiness or parasitology, or your own may be maybe what was it called? All these microbiology stuffs. So you must just have something. And another thing is this: the fun fact here is that all problems in this world aligns with sustainable development goals. So you can start from there. There are 17 development goals. Just look at, if you must have something that would tie back to your development goals, to our development goals. So mine is 3. So now, how to search for schools that aligns with your interest. So as I do say, program name in different places, they are different. Or let me say your research interest may be in molecular biology in some schools and be in normal biology in some schools. Like now, Duke biology is different from MIT's biology. And MIT's biology is different from Cornell's biology because Cornell has a biology department and also has entomology department differently. And I am working on entomology. Some schools, like I find my course under evolutionary biology in some schools, and I find it under public health in some places. So you just have to like do the work. This is the work, searching for what aligns with your interests. You see, scholarship is not about it's not an easy job. When we are on the group chat and what we post for you, and if it is only what we post that you are using for your what's it called for your scholarship, you are not ready, you are still learning. You need to go. They have funding they don't have. You need to search and make sure you get what you need. So in this session, I'll be teaching us how to check school website and how to also use Twitter. I use Twitter a lot. You see, for me, I enjoyed Twitter because I've been on since 2021. I've been trying to check to get supervisors on Twitter and all those things. And since then, like 2021 till now, and I just made all of them this year. So that's just it. So Twitter, I will teach us how to use Twitter also. It is a very, very great tool to use. And before they move us from Twitter to Thread, you need to make use of it too and just take advantage of it. So first, no, I would like to use I would like to share another screen to us so that we can go live with how to do this.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm coming. Let me stop sharing this now. And
Olaniyan, please mute yourself, please. Olaniyan Olamide, mute yourself.
yeah. So can you see my screen? Okay. FAP, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay. So you see on JCS group, we've been sending this link. We've sent it like 1 million times, and there was a time too that they just sent what was it called? They just sent the list of different links to different schools.
Olaniyan,
always
mute yourself. Olaniyan Olamide, mute yourself.
So I think we need to help the person. Should I continue?
Ajayi, mute him now.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this website is a very, very great tool for icu.org. Let me start again from the beginning so that you can see. So this will be the first page you have. And when you have this, you can see that there are 13,900 universities on this website. So you can check North America, Latin America, Europe, but you don't need to stress yourself. For me, what I did was that last year, I was on Twitter on every page. Anyone uploads that when they share their testimony that, oh, I get admission in this also school, I write down the name, I pen it down. So every time I say that I've been planning for this year since last year, it's even since 2021, I've been planning for this time because I know, oh, okay, I will start masters last year, and I know that I cannot dump the masters because we signed with QECS, King Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship, that we will not dump the program. So you have to finish it, and I never get money, so we just have to finish it. So I knew, so I just started any school that anyone says, I remember messaging Omole that he should tell me the name of his school so I can search and check through to see if my program is there. That's how I was doing my own. Any school I see online, I follow it up, check if they have what I want to do and everything. Then I just pen it down. So, and from each schools, I try to get at least three supervisors, like potential supervisors. I try to get at least 3 people. So any school that does not have 3 people, it means that they don't really have in-depth on my field. But some schools actually prove otherwise. So now let me just use an example. So let's just look for University of May. Then search. So now this is the University of May. Then just go there. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can. We can.
FAP, sir. Yeah.
We can see your
All
screen.
right. Okay. So now when you get to any school website or any school page, what you are looking for is the grad school. Is the graduate school, rather. Let me just use that word. Graduate school. That's what you are looking for. That is where you want to go into, right? So now here you can see all the colleges and all. So, and this is grad school here. So just let us follow. Then you go straight into the grad school. This particular school made it so easy that you just check what is it called? You just explore the programs from here. So exploring the programs, as you can see here, what Omole and Fap was saying the other time, that you need to make sure that you meet some requirements. Make sure that you are not fetching water inside basket. At the end of the day, you've spoken to professor and all, and you don't have GRE, and GRE is recommended. Like recently, I spoke with one professor. We even had meeting and all, and after everything, then the guy told me that he asked me to apply to two different programs in the school. That at least one of it we click, because he really wants me to come. So at the end of the day, after like 2 days, he now mailed me and said, "Oh, do you have GRE? One of the programs needs you to have GRE." So I was just like, I don't have GRE now, but I don't even plan to write. So then it was like, okay, let's just do the one that, and anything that happens, we go with it. So you need to make sure that you are checking if, like now, this animal science here, GRE is required. For aerospace engineering, it is not required. So it is different per program. Even in Yale, I wanted to apply to their biological sciences also. GRE is required. But there's this department there that GRE is not required. And that is the department I'll be applying to. It is like all these hybrid programs, all these interdisciplinary programs. So that's where I will be applying to. I got someone from there also. So let me just show you my own way, so that then just go here. Biological sciences, as you can see, no GRE is needed, no GRE. GRE is not required. Then from each school, there's always a website for each department. Each department will have their own website. You will always find it there. So it is like this everywhere. In Cornell, everywhere, it's just like this. Every department have their own website. So then what you are now looking for here, when you get here, the people that have your own interest, the people that their interests align with yours. That's why I said that you must have an interest first. So now this is it, the faculty page. So the faculty page is where you will see the list of all professors, what they work on and all. Faculty. So as you can see, this is it. Say voila. So this is it. So, and this is all these professors. This one works on applied insect ecology, this, and all. If you want to know more about what they're doing, you can just click on their profile. You can just, or click on anyone that has the link there, click on the profile, go through it. You will see what they are doing and all ahead. So you have everything, what they are working on. Oh, this one work on insecticide, this, that, and all. So that's how you get to know, oh, this, even my own research interest, before I could coin those words out, it was after checking different professors, what was it called? Different professors' profile. Because I was just thinking that, mosquito control. Even then, I was just working at NIMA. Then I was just thinking, what can I work on? Because what we do there is vector control. I was working in a vector control lab. So I was like, I want to work on like mosquito control. But there should be something that would be like something catchy, So then I thought, oh, it's not, I don't want to use public health, because public health is general and all. So I want to look for something that is so that will like bring it down, but not that too lightly. Then I just checked and I saw, oh, someone is working on vector control. Vector control is like mosquito, tick, and all. So I put vector control. Then I saw that some people are also using mechanism of resistance and all. So I put mechanism of resistance. And that is what I'm working on right now at University of Pretoria, mechanism of resistance. And yeah, another thing is, as Fab said the other time when he was talking, he said that sometimes those professors, they just want to see what you score in different, different courses, different modules that you did. When I had an interview with my supervisor here, she checked through my entomology result, and she was like, "Oh, you did well in entomology. You have distinctions." And funnily, I did not do well in some other courses like that. She was like, "Oh, you have distinctions. This is that. Oh, I think you will be a good fit for my lab. This one, that one, that one, this one." That's just it. Just make sure that you apply to where your strength is. Are you getting it? Don't just pick what you will struggle at the end of the day, or you just want to japa by all means. Then you say you can do this, you now get there, you cannot do it. Are you getting it? So try and do that. So, but for me, let me just show you. So for me, I think I got this lady here, Alison Gardner. Can you see she's working on medical entomology, vector-borne disease, and epidemiology? And so I got Gardner from here, and what she does, she also works on mosquitoes and ticks and all. And that's just how you do it. So, and I mailed her, and she was like, "Oh wow, nice. I will be taking one or two, but I don't really know this, and that. But just get back to me soon and all." And other supervisors, I've met like 4 supervisors this year alone, and more of them we still have like pending discussions. So what am I saying now is that make sure the first thing is you yourself, you have to work on yourself. You have to know what you need. You have to know what you want. Don't wait for Leo to think for you to say, "Oh, maybe you can work on this one." No, you yourself think about what you can do. Because most people, when they come to my page, they'll be like, "Please, I don't know. I studied what's it called? I studied biology, but I don't know what to do in biology." Then just look inward. What is it that you want to change? In biology, you've done a lot. Biology is so broad. What is it? Botanical stuff that you want to change? What is around you that you feel like, "Oh, biology can help me get more out of it"? So that's just where you start from at first, even before code mailing anybody. Because if you don't really have direction, you won't get response. You know, you have to have a direction. They must see that, "Oh, this one is passionate about this thing." You cannot just say, "Oh, I studied geology and I would like to come and work with you and all." You must have something you want to change. You must say, "Oh, there's this thing that I have seen that, or a research gap, or I've seen something that is wrong and I want to make." That's just what they need to hear from you. So, and I believe then you have the email here. So you copy the mail and you do the right thing. And most of them also have their lab websites on their profile. So you can also, I'm trying to beat the time. So you can also go through their lab website. This is where you will know someone that wants you to come around and all those things. And now, she has a project. This woman has a project on tick and also ecology of mosquito vector for Zika virus and all those things. So all these things, they are my own field. I mail them. I don't even want to know if you have funding or you don't. I don't even want to know if the funding has elapsed. Just I mail. How do I put it? I used to use one word, like I just mail freely. Freely is the mail. Mail does not collect any money from me. The worst thing you can tell me is yes or no. I don't even want to know if you have fund or you don't have fund. Just tell me, "Oh, I have fund. I don't have fund." That's what I want to hear. So don't wait till they post stuff before you start emailing. No, you email when they have your interest. Even some of them can even recommend you to other people. So that's just what you have to do. So just do what you have to do. So then now I think we're done with this part. So for me, another thing I do is when I get them like this, I copy the email straight. I copy the email. I copy the mail. Then I go to my own email and then you like compose, then to paste the mail, then just put interest in, for me, that's what I use. Then interest in what, that one. So that next time when I'm coming back to it, because I don't send my email immediately, I try to compare. I send to like 20 people at a time. I don't like sending one by one because you may be discouraged. But you cannot send 10 at a time and not get at least one response. Even if the response is, "I don't have space." For me, if a supervisor should respond to you, it means that you are now how do I put it? You have a good profile. For them to even respond to tell you that they don't have space and tell you, "Oh, I'm very sorry, I don't," it means that you have a good profile, and that is a good start. So don't how do I put it? Don't rest in sending the mails. Keep sending. and you just have to keep sending. And then I do this, then the name, just use dear Professor
Alan Raju, please go into details about the subject of the email.
Okay.
So give
Okay,
them
the
some
subject,
other
okay, so
instance they can use.
yeah, for me, I use the subject of the email I use is my interest, the work they are working on in that lab that is of interest to me. That's what I use, like interest in vector biology. So that's what I use. Let me see. Let me just see my start mails. Yeah, so let me just show you from live. So as you can see, this is interest in vector control research. So I don't have the same topic for every place. I have different topics. I have different subjects for different places. I have different subjects. This one is vector control. I have so different. So for me, this one is mosquito control because it works on mosquito control. Can you see? So you need to make sure that you have what's it called? How do I put it now? Your own interest first. Who is talking? Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. So
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so you have to have that. That's why I said that you have to have what you want. You have to know what you want. So interest in mosquito control, everything is still vector control, as I've said earlier. So I have different topics and some people use postgraduate, what's it called? How do I put it? Postgraduate student or something.
Prospective graduate students.
Prospective graduate students. Yeah, it's also fine. Yeah, if you have that group. But for me, my topic will catch your attention first. That's one thing I'm trying to do, so that when you see my topic, you'll be like, oh, this guy, I've seen what I'm working on and all. So that's for this. And now let us check for the Twitter. So I'm sorry, I don't have Twitter on my laptop. So I will need to stop sharing this and take us back to the what's it called? Point. I'm sorry. Yeah. So share. So this is the main thing I showed us the other time. So everything, can you see? It's still the same thing. So I just make sure that we went live, so that at least we will upload this on the website, on what's it called? On our drive, so everyone can have access to it. Yeah. So how to use Twitter effectively. Yeah. So there are like different ways. So one of the ways is by typing your research interest on the search, what's it called? That search place, that search portion. So just search. So I typed mosquito.
Search bar.
Search bar. Thank you. You know, I'm a mosquito man. I don't really know English. So yeah. So you know, you then after typing mosquito, these people popped up. I follow these people, and they also do well to follow you back, actually, when they
We aren't
notice that
seeing your screen regarding the Twitter stuff. You are not seeing your screen.
you are not seeing my screen.
Yes, regarding the Twitter, we are not.
Okay, wait, I'm coming. Sorry. End show first. Come out, come back here. Present. Windows. There's this presentation. Share. Can you see my screen now? Hello?
We can see your screen now. We
You
can
can
see
see
your
it now.
screen. Yeah.
All right. Can you still see my screen now?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So nice. So as I said earlier, so after searching for
Try to zoom in, please. Try to zoom in.
Okay.
Or is it zoom out?
Yeah. Let me try. Yeah. Kuya to zoom. So yeah. So as you can see, this is mosquito. Can you see this? So I just typed mosquitoes. So after typing mosquito,
We are not seeing it though. It's too small.
It's too small.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Here's this thing again. I'm sorry. Wait.
Alan, please fast track your session.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Is this zooming that is giving me problem? Yeah. Can you see it now?
Control plus.
Nothing is changing.
It's changing on my side.
They can zoom in. They can zoom in on the picture by themselves. They can try to zoom it. I zoomed it from my phone and I can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Others should do that, please.
Yeah, all right. So thank you. So then type your research interest. If it is chemical engineering or something, just put it here. So when you do that, a lot of people will pop up on your screen. And when they do so, just follow one person. Just follow one of them. And the moment you do that, you will see another thing that will pop up and tell you that will suggest, like all these suggestions that, oh, these are related follows, try and follow them all. Are you getting it? So now just try and look at all of them. Just click on this thing and look at their profiles. So now one thing I try to tell students is that never DM a potential supervisor. Don't DM them on Twitter. Don't DM them, except they are the ones that you notice that yes, they use Twitter very well. Like I have one like that I DM'd on Twitter and he responded to me, just one, and he's the only one that has responded on Twitter. And it's because the person, we used to chat normally on, I used to comment on his post on Twitter and all. But when I wanted to mail the professor from Cornell that I've been following since 2021, I added it to my email that I've been following you on Twitter. I see what you're doing and all. Like the day we had a meeting, she was just all smiling, like, wow.
Alan,
You had
time,
the-
please.
Okay, so now after this, then after that, you search for them on Google. You type the name on Google, Dr. Natasha something. Or most of the time, when you click on their profile, you will see their website, the lab website there. So just follow the lab website. You will see what they do and all, if it's related to you, and you see their email there. So that's where you get their email from. So now let me just give us this last part in 5 minutes. It's so easy. So how to cook a novel code email. So what is code email? It is an unsolicited mail that you send to an employer or potential supervisor. In our own case, that we are looking for supervisor. So drafting a code email. So number one, be polite and don't
We can't see that screen, please.
You can't see this one.
The one you're calling now, we can't see that.
Okay, I'm coming.
You have to quit this and open the other one.
Yeah, I will do that now. End show. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to be fast. So yeah, so this is it. Share. Can you see my screen now? Hello?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
see your screen now.
Okay. So drafting a good code email, just be polite. Use DSR. Don't send a generic email like DSR to like a lot of people. Try to use the person's name. So the person's name, like first name and last name, if you don't know the one to use. So, or don't just send their professor. It's also look generic to them. I don't know. I think someone sent us a link where these professors were discussing on Twitter and all those things. So, and another thing is introduce yourself. And actually, you can get. I used JCS, this JCS code email. That was the format I used. I just looked at it and also just I added my own and all. So that's just what you have to do. You have to talk about yourself. You have to introduce yourself, where you graduated from, your CGPA and everything. Then you have to tell them what you have been doing. Talk about the modules of interest also. Talk about your industrial training, if you had your industrial training in a good place. Talk about your undergraduate and master's research, your work experience. Add it. Just pile everything inside. These people, most of them don't really have time to read your CV. The only thing they want to read first is what you construct, what you send to them and all. So, and you can find one of the best on our Google page on JCS folders. I think the link is here. Let me try and post it. I will try and post it. Let me just try and finish this thing up. So if you have work experience, add it. Let them know that you carry something. Let them know what you are made of. So that by the time they call you, by the time they say, "Oh, let's schedule a meeting," and all those things, that is what they want to ask you.
We are
So
still saying the introduction part. Oh.
you are still seeing the introduction part.
Yes.
What's happening to? I've moved on.
I sense to. That's why I call your attention to it.
Yeah. And show. Okay, maybe I will just stick to this side and present again. Windows, this, and share. Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, I think I won't go what was it called? I won't go the presenting style again. So just okay. So now as on your first paragraph, you talk about introduce yourself and all. Your second, maybe 2 paragraphs, just try, and if you cannot squeeze it into 2, just use 3. Just try and like tell us about what you have. Sell yourself. This is where you're able to sell yourself and tell them, I have masters in this, I have this in this. Tell them what you can do. Tell them everything that you are made of. Let them know that yes, this person that wants to come and join our lab is ready for the task ahead. Don't just send all these little emails and you think that, oh, maybe they will go through. No, they want to see everything in your writing. Also, they want to know if you can write too. So I believe so. So then talk about your work experience and your all your researches, everything, all the experience that you have. Make sure you insert it. Thanks to Fab for going through mine. Then I used to remove my undergraduate stuff because I used to think, oh, it is not related and all. Then after Fab helped me, he asked me to add it and all. And after adding it, wow, then it became one of the best. So I want to thank him for that. Yeah, then conclude by stating why you want their lab. You as I used to say that, okay, now you have to tell them, oh, you discover the research is of particular interest to you, and you believe that this, and just let them know why you want to come to their lab. What their lab will help you. For me, I said the lab will help me develop skills that will be useful in silencing global threats that is posed by vector-borne disease. That has been my closing chapter every time. So that is just it. You have to have a problem statement. That problem is what you want to solve. Then let them know. So, and after everything, I believe that you will get that positive response that you have been waiting for. That green light will come. So, and also after a week, or for me, I send it after 3 days because I press neck. Then I send reminders. I forgot to add reminders here, reminders email here. So I send reminder emails every three days. So let me just show us one of the reminder emails, and I will stop. I'll be rounding up in the next 3-5 minutes. Let me just stop sharing this first, and let me just show us one of the reminder emails, how it looks like. Present now, present again. So go to Windows. Yeah, go to this and this. Yeah, after I noticed that I sent my mail and the man did not respond, I sent it 16. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we
Please,
can.
can you enlarge it?
Yeah, I will do that.
You can zoom it from your hand, sir.
So then I just sent just 3 lines. Dear Professor, this. I hope this email finds you well. This is just a gentle reminder and a follow-up on my last email. It will be great to hear from you. That's all. And he responded. So that's just it. That's just like all that you need to know about following up. And also on our website, we have this one that looks so much compelling. You tell them that, oh, I still want to work with you and all, and you also get your green light. So, and lastly, as I said earlier, okay, I should have shared the entire screen. So I can go in and out. And so now, after that, after you've done all, you will get the green light. So can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
See your
Yeah.
screen.
All right. So I think I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Mosquito
very
guy.
much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presentation. You presented very well. Thank you so much. We are very
Yeah.
grateful. So you can quit your slide. So let me quickly recap what Scholar Adekunle has just shared with us. Code emailing is very important. It's very important. It is via code email you get a response from a professor that would like to accept you into their lab. It is via code email you get to know a professor that's looking for students. It is via code email you get to know if you met the program requirement via the professor or not. So and also uh, I also want to tip this in that while you are sending code emails, pay attention to the program websites and look out for two deadlines. The first deadline is the priority deadline, and the second deadline is the normal or the usual deadline. The priority deadline means if you submit your application prior to the priority deadline, you will be considered for financial support, which is the assistantship, if the department or the program has one. Are you getting my point now? So while you are looking out for list of faculty in your program, use the opportunity to also pay attention to their priority deadlines. Not everyone will secure funding via code email. Code emailing professors is one of the effective way of secure funding. Yeah, one of the effective way of securing funding. But we have two ways. The first way is code emailing, and the second one is direct application. Someone that send code email will eventually submit his or her application. So the end result is submitting application. Are you getting my point now? So some of you will send code emails, while some won't. So I will advise you can just, while you are keep sending code emails, you can just try and look out for some schools that requires you to submit application without security supervisor. If such school allow you to submit your application without security supervisor, I will advise you to submit your application to such schools, which you know you met their requirements. I repeat, which you are sure that you met their requirements in terms of GRE, English test, GPA, their transcript, West evaluation, um, recommendation letters, SOP, and stuff like that. Make sure you met the program requirement before you submit your application. And also, one thing Olanraji didn't add to his session is that you can also send emails to program coordinator to make inquiries about their program requirements, either they have funding for their students or not. Are you getting my points? The same site you found out the faculty list is the same website you will get to know the professor who is in charge of your program information. We call them the program coordinator. Each program has their program coordinator. So this program coordinator are the ones you send the inquiries to. If you want to ask if they are collecting GRE, if you want to ask if they are collecting West, if you want to ask if English test is required, if you want to ask if they can waive your application fee, if you want to ask if they require you to find a supervisor before submitting your application. Also, you also like to make some inquiries about their priority deadline. So please, those are the few things you also need to pay attention to while you are surveying school websites. It is very important. Don't submit your application without making an inquiry for your program coordinator. Don't submit your application without making an inquiry from your program coordinator. They are the best person to approach when it comes to inquiries, and they will give you the best information that you need. So thank you so much once again, Olarinwaju Adekule, for that session. That is quite so helpful. Oluwaseun Ipede, please prepare for your next session. Dr. Adekunle Omole, I'll give you 5 minutes to quickly talk about joining Twitter session, please. 5 minutes. Are you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, please.
Guys, I just want
Five
to,
minutes.
yeah, guys, I just want to run you through what I did when I was applying that helped me, right? So it's like everybody should be on Twitter. So I'm going to share my screen now and show you how Twitter list works. So it's basically, Twitter is full of different tweets and that you don't even want. Elon Musk has made it that even what you don't want will come on your timeline. But there's a way you can streamline what you want to control what you want. So it's called Twitter list. Twitter list is just basically you are adding people to your timeline, people you want to be seeing their tweet only. So can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, yeah, so this is Twitter. They don't change the name to X. So yeah, so this is the home page of Twitter now. This is data science. This is a list I created for data science when I was going to the data science. This is other lists that I've created, and this year right here is graduate school list. So everything that will be showing on this list is just talks about graduate school. Sure, you understand? Like people that do talk about graduate school, that's the people you will add into your own list. So you can create your own private or public list. So when I was applying, I created a list for myself and I added, I think, about just 10 people that talk what I want to. Like my goal was to get to America. So I created a list and I added those guys. This is what you go. You go to your Twitter, you go to lists, and then you want to, this is all the list that I've created: money Twitter, betting Twitter, data science, grad school, and grad school, and all of the stuff. So you if you want to create your own list, this is what you do. Just press this icon button, you put a name there, anything, you put a description. If you want to make it private, that means you are the only one that will be seeing it. I do advise that because that was what I did. And then after I got my funding, I just deleted it and move on. But what made me do that is just to, Twitter is just noise making. So whenever I come to Twitter, then I just want to see what will motivate me and then go back to my grinding, coding and all of that. So you just put the name of your list, put the description, and do create. So after you create, there are so many people that talk about scholarship on Twitter. This guy, Sam Ajayi, yeah. So if you had this guy, boom, you had him. So this guy normally talk about assistantship. Then you can add other people too. Maybe this guy talks about scholarship. Maybe this guy talks about scholarship. You had him, and then I've added 3 people like that. I just do done. So after I've done, all of their tweet that talks about scholarship, that's what will pop up. So I think that might help 1 or 2 people. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that insightful presentation. Oluwaseun, please, one of our speakers is running out of battery, so we would like you to please let him go first before your session. You know, you're in the US already now, so you have enough battery. I heard there's no power failure over there like Nigeria. So please, Oluwaseun, pardon us for now. You resume your own session after this session. Now, the next session will be about GRE tests. What does GRE entails? Is GRE really necessary? What are the things and steps you need to take if you want to write GRE test? So I'll call in on Adebowale to pick up this session. He's going to introduce himself properly. Adebowale, you have the floor.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, as Fab has rightly said, we are going to be looking at the GRE exam and the modus operandi of the GRE, the requirement. Is it really necessary? Do you need to take it and how? So my name is Adebowale Odumogun. I graduated from FUTA, Mechanical Engineering in 2021. And of course, I'm also a prospective scholar. Very soon we are going to be, of course, moving. So yeah, the GRE, I will be sharing a slide. I will be very, very fast with this. I'll be very, very fast with this particular presentation so that we are running out of time already. All right, so can we see the screen, please?
Yes, we can.
All right, so acing the GRE and the winning strategies, of course, like many of the scholars have said, is the GRE really required? You need to know this first. And there is something I did personally. I had to create a catalog of the programs that I'm going to apply to. And I have a column with English test, then GRE, then application fee like that. So you want to look at the program, or you ask the program coordinator if the graduate record examination is going to be required. Then you put it, okay, required, University of Cincinnati, University of Florida required. So when you have about 10 of your shortlisted program, 10 of the schools that you have on your list and they require GRE, then it might be an indicator for you that, oh, since your program require GRE, but it is not like, it is just one of the things that you need for graduate school application. It is not a necessity if you have a very strong profile. Yeah. So yeah, this is the process, the GRE registration. This is the link here. You can just someone maybe Leke can help with the link on the chat. And of course, when you get there, you click I am a test taker, and then okay, so this is my section. Then you have to like click the register test and choose a test center that fits your schedule. And of course, I would say that the GRE is not something you want to rush to take. My own test in red here is still covered. It's way far from now. Yeah, so it's something that you want to give it at least, I don't know, I would say 3 months. Yeah, 3 months study plan, because this is 220 USD. So you don't want to really just, you know, blow it out. You want to give it your best shot. Of course, mine was paid, was booked by High Scholar, but still, I still have to, you know, give it my best. So after registering, you choose this, you register and choose the test date. Like I said, give it about 3 months from, you know, the time you have it in mind that you want to take the test. Then, yeah, you want to go through, after you've registered, you know, it's going to really prepare you that, oh yes, I'm ready, I want to do this, you know. Then you have to start gathering resources to help you you know, ace the test. And yeah, on JCS we have a JCS GRE group, a lot of GRE materials. I mean, virtually everything that you need has been shared on that group. I don't know, maybe later we can share the link again. So these are some of the list of materials that you might want to gather before you get to start your GRE preparation. One of the things I recommend for JCS GRE preps is the Gregmat study plan. It's a 2-month study plan. Thanks to FAP, Apogee, they paid for some of our prospective scholars, even though some of them didn't make the best use of it. But you know, it's actually a good study plan. It's a 2-month study plan, about $5 USD per month, and you know, you can keep subscribing for as long as you know you can afford. So the Gregmat is a very good study plan. Then we have the other resources here. Maybe later we can share that. Then I'll just be going straight to the sections that the GRE entails. The first thing, you know, after, okay, test day now, one of the things, even during your preparation, you would have known that, okay, analytical writing is one of the key sections of GRE. They'll be testing, you know, how to articulate and support complex ideas, construct and evaluate argument, and sustain a coherent discussion, so to say. So this is a very key section that during your preparation, you should look out for. For this hour, I think Preston Kaplan is a very good test for, okay, Preston GRE material is a good preparation for analytical writing, Preston, and the official GRE guide, the verbal section. So we have 2 essays if you are going to be taking your test before September 17, the issue essay and the argumentative essay. So for people that will be taking it after September 17, you are only going to be doing the issue essay, and this is what the issue essay is going to be covering. You can see it on the screen. It's going to be shared later. I don't want to waste much of our time. So these are basically the steps, the sections. Okay, the steps if you want to like do this issue essay, you analyze an issue from different perspectives, choose a position. You know, it just GRE is not a like ISAB book like footer, you know, or engineering. No, you can have first class from top school and go and bank GRE. Yes, I'm saying this emphatically. you need to know the strategies, the modus operandi, the nook and cranny, the pitfalls, the strategies that you need to look out for. If you are just writing, it's not about everybody can write essay. We all write SOP, but in GRE there are like different ways you want to address the essay. So if you are going to be doing after September 17, the issue essay is what you should focus on. Exclude the argumentative essay. There are tons of issue essay topics on the GRE website that you want to look out for. So these are the things that it's going to be looking out. This is how this the topic look, the question look like, how you tackle it. This is the question here in the bar inside the best way, blah blah blah, and this is the response they want you to provide. Read them in context and try to understand them. Of course, with the preparation material, GregMath and official ETS guide, you're going to be like have a very good stand on this. So this is how you tackle it. Basically divided into introduction, the body, and the conclusion, just like the normal essay. This is a sample of introduction to this particular topic. This is a GRE topic for essay writing, and this is the introduction part, how this person address it. Look at the read, how it starts, then the person choose a prompt, so where it's standing, then all the way go to what is going to be the stand is going to be holding, and give examples and support his ideas. So that's what the body is going to be doing. You support your ideas and also using examples. And then you want to conclude, giving reasonable conclusion and tie it back to the introduction. So these are going to be shared later. I'm going to be taking moving fast. I won't be talking about the argumentative essay because of course you can always look at it like it's basically require you to evaluate an argument. They'll be talking about, they will give you an essay, you read and you try to analyze, okay, what is this argument really talking about? How logical is it? How sound is this argument? Can I choose to antagonize this argument and give them my own opinion, what I think, why the argument is flawed, and how, why do you agree or disagree? That's basically what you're going to be doing. So the steps: identify the conclusion of the argument, identify the evidence they stated, then bring out your own evidence. If there are assumptions or flaws, like I said, let them know that this is flawed because of this and that. It could also mean that this is so it might not really mean what they mean, or they are making too many assumptions. Something could have caused it. So that is that. Yeah, this is how the argument is going to come. Give you a short essay, then you write a response in which you examine the unstated assumptions. You don't want to you want to really look at it, and the previous steps tell you how to tackle this particular topic. It could be shared later. This is a sample of how to answer that part of that particular topic. The introduction, same way, the body, then the conclusion, simple. So for the people that were writing after September, it's going to be excluded. The argument session is not going to be there again. It's about 30 minutes now for the essay writing section. That's the issue essay. So the verbal reasoning essay, I really sorry, I'm very fast because of our time, so that we have other things to discuss. The verbal section is something like me. I'm a engineering major. I might do well in math, but GRE is not only mathematics. It's not only quantitative. The verbal section is also there. Most people might want to have a lot of issue with that verbal section, having to study a lot of vocabularies, GRE vocab, not just vocabulary, GRE vocabulary from GregMath word list. There is Manhattan word list. There is Magush word flashcard. You might want to study maybe up to 1,005 2,000 words. It's not necessary if you have your grammar your vocab at hand already. So the section the verbal is going to be taken is the text completion, the sentence equivalent, and the reading comprehension. Like I said, it's about 20 questions per sections for the verbal. 20 questions. This 20 questions is going to be divided into these question types. It might be 6 text completion, 4 sentence equivalent, and maybe 10 reading comprehension. But now it's taking another hand, and it's going to be everything might be 27, both first parts and second part. Also the GRE is test adaptive. What you the way you perform in the first section will determine the type of question you're going to get in the second section. If you do really well, you get 27/27 in the first section. I'm using the new GRE format now, and in the next section, the next The next question you're going to be getting for the same verbal might be kind of harder question because of the way you perform. So, but if you perform a bit weak in the first section of that particular verbal, then the next section of that verbal might be a bit lenient with you. So, tackling the test completion question, these are tips. Read through their strategies. Greg Maths, it will really help in how to tackle test completion questions, what to look out for. You know, you have 1 blank, 2 blank, and can be 3 blank. There are reasoning sections too. This is going to be shared. I really want to move fast. So the reading comprehension is kind of very, very like, I would say it's the most other part of GRE. If you have been preparing, you might take a practice test and you just see that out of 10 reading question, you only scored you only got 4 correct or 3 safe. Don't be discouraged. With consistent practice, they say proper preparation prevent pathetic performance. That's my 5P I've been using. So the more we keep preparing, nobody knows it all, nobody's an island. So you just keep practicing till you get 5 out of 10, till you get 6 out of 10 questions in RC all the way. Like, these are basically the tips on how to, attend to the reading comprehension section of the GRE. The GRE general tips for the verbal: read the question carefully. There are pitfalls there. They want you to fall for it, traps. So read all the answer choice. Be careful before making selections. Some in the test comprehension, you don't have to read the answer choice first. From Gregma, what Gregma said, that you have to understand is it positive, negative, all the strategy like that. Then choose a question on your own end, choose an answer from your own end, and try and look at the option. Does it match this? These are one of the things people run for GRE. So quantitative is about 4 sections: the arithmetic or geometric data analysis. Even though you are a math major, it doesn't mean you shouldn't prepare, just to I do see some schools that have checked the programs for my program, mechanical engineering. Some of them will say that quantitative, you have to have 165. I'm serious, and verbal, they don't mind, maybe 150, they are cool because of your major, right? So they know that you're already engineer math person, so but they want to now, they were giving you very high score to meet up with, to really prove that you are math inclined or so. So arithmetic section, the algebra, geometric, and data analysis. If you take the ETS official guide and you study it, that's the first thing you want to do. Then you start looking for Greg Math study, watching the Greg Math videos and their study plan. First, go through the ETS official guide. I mean, I can't count how many materials we've shared. It's maybe up to 50 PDFs on the group, but maybe later, if you could join the group, possibly get those information. So the question types for the quantitative is about 3. Yeah, for the quantitative, the question type is quantitative comparison. You have quantitative B, you compare. There are different ways to do that too. Multiple choice sections and the numeric entry. This is how it looks like for the quantitative. This is a sample of the question there. Look at this, are they equal? So this, we are not going to be doing that here anyway. So, and this is how the multiple choice questions, this is how it looks like. You just have to choose one option, and there are some you have to choose multiple options. This is part of the question you have to choose. So GRE will give you all this type of question type, sorry. And yeah, this is still multiple choice, maybe choose 1 or 2. You just have to indicate all such value that is correct, so to say. So I'm just going through some questions. Numeric entry, you have to if it is, you just have to get the correct answer. 1 or 2. Is it 1 or 2? It's not 0.1. You have to just get the exact answer. 13 is 13. It must be 13. So if you not get the exact answer, I don't know. So this is another question type, numeric entry. You have to put the answer by yourself. It's not an objective stuff. So this is still numeric entry. Then the data analysis, how you interpret data, read 2 charts or 3 charts and, compare them and, try and answer the question. So some general tips: you use calculator only when it is necessary. It's an on-screen calculator, you can just keep working without it. There's an on-screen calculator anyway if you want to use it. If you have been looking at the practice stuff, the power prep stuff. So yeah, just learn and practice and practice. Like everybody, we are still learning, we are all still practicing. So these are general trips. Take as many practice tests as possible, join the study group. Like I have one or two people that are taking it. In JCS, about 2 people have taken the GRE already from the GRE prep group and they got above 315. So over 340, yeah. So be consistent daily. If you studying this weekend and till next weekend, I don't know, you might be busy, but I don't just know how you're gonna do it, but like daily input or maybe just be consistent in study, basically. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.
That was impressive. Thank you so much, Adebo. You are very, very good for that great presentation.
Yep.
That's quite educative. I know you scared away some of our participants with those questions that are popping up. So
I'm big.
you scare them. You scare them with those questions. And let me shock you. The question you get will be more harder than what Adebo just shared. So, but with constant preparation, the consistency, I'm sure you will pass. Yeah. I also did GRE and I had a very good score. So let's all make sure and to join the JCS GRE group. We are very sorry. It won't be an open access. So if you're qualified to join the JCS main group, like if you meet our requirements to join the JCS main group, you have the automatic license to join the JCS GRE group. So if you're unable to join the JCS main group, I'm sorry, you might not be able to join the JCS GRE group. And what we offer in the JCS GRE group is very, very educative. Adebo Ale, who just finished this session, is the admin of their group. And with the help of our scholars, we make sure we subscribe to the GRE GMAT subscription. So perhaps there is any current or new members that would like to join our group, and we are very much ready to pay for their GRE month subscription for probably a month or two. So thank you once again, Adebo Ale, for that wonderful session. If you have any questions regarding GRE, please don't forget your questions. All questions will be attended to. I repeat, all questions will be attended to. If you know you are an HND graduate here, can you just say I, or mute yourself and say I? You know you're an HND
Hi.
graduate.
Hi.
Good. Thanks so much for that response. So we are moving to your session next. The scholar who will be taking this session his name is Oluwashim Ifade. Oluwashim was able to secure a fully funded offer in the United States with his HND degree, and he moved to the United States a couple of days ago. Man is chilling now. Oluwashim, are you ready for your presentation? We can't wait to see your beautiful face. At least fresh weather is now falling on you, yeah. Oluwashim, are you there? Oh, Oluwashim.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Can everyone hear me?
Our scholar is here. You're welcome. We can all hear you.
Okay.
You see now, 2 days, don't they
All
fresh?
right. Guy. You're on live TV, I beg.
All right. So let's move on with this session. So please,
All
if,
right.
if you're an HND degree holder, please just pay attention, pay full attention, please. This session is made specifically for you guys, because there's one of my junior brother that is on this meeting. When I told him yesterday that he can secure, what was his next? He said, he doesn't have PGD, he doesn't have masters. Like, how can he start master without PGD, without postgraduate? I was like, yeah, chillax. Just attend this meeting. I have a couple of friends who secure fully funded with their HND degree. So I hope you are still in this meeting, guy, if you are here. So Oluwashim, please, you have the floor.
All right. Well, much has been said, so I think we should just get right into it. My name is Oluwashim Ifede. I think I'll prefer to be called Poly Boy. So
Poly Boy.
Yes, please. So let me share my screen and we get right at it. Can everyone see my screen?
Okay, it's coming up.
Okay. So please confirm if you can see the screen so we can just get started.
Yes, we can see your screen. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So masterpiece for Polytechnic graduates. Something I just want us all to just, let's just see how it goes. So like it has been introduced. I got my offer, my funded offer with my HND, and yeah, that's just everything. So let's just dive in deep. So I believe every one of us have been following through with the wonderful presentations that the speakers has been talking about. So basically, I think I still have some of those stuff in my presentation here. So when we get to that, I'll just keep it graciously because they've done justice to everything. They've done justice to everything. So let's just kick start. So for HND graduates here, please, this is just for you to just listen attentively, irrespective of wherever stage you are. I think I asked some of my friends to join, and they are still in school, and some of people that are still serving. I wish I had this kind of information while I was that stage. So let's kickstart. So today, we just talk first on few things I call bad energy, what's the research interest about for an HED graduate, what is undergraduate thesis, transcript evaluation, your alternatives, research culture, networking, and of course, what you need. So let's kickstart. Like I said, I don't want to waste so much time because I know we still have a long time to discuss. So the first thing I want to talk about is bad energy. Yeah, atelophobia, a phobia of its own. It's a fear of imperfection, of making mistakes. It can lead to depression, low self-esteem, and sometimes severe anxiety. And that's one thing I just want to reach out to everyone with an HND or that graduated with from a polytechnic or college or whatever it might have been called. So yes, I experienced discrimination too for a long time. I graduated in 2019 from Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, study surveying and geoinformatics. So yes, discrimination is real. And then so my first message to everyone with a polytechnic degree is that please kindly do away with discrimination. Yeah, just do away with it. Because with your degree, your so-called useless degree in Nigeria or wherever it is in Africa, it is your gateway to your master's degree or PhD degree, even in the United States, to be sincere. So free yourself with faith and results, and just remember that you just need to work the process, and then you will get your results like I got mine. So Rome was not built in a day. To take some processes, and some of it has been what we've been discussing for in the last 2 hours or thereabouts. So bad energy, bad vibe, whatever mindset, take it off right now. If you still have it, take it off. Pretty you are in your final year, or you are doing your service year, or you are working, whatever stage you are, your HND is just enough for you to get your funding and then land in the United States and do whatever course you want to do, and the rest is in your hand. So let's move on. Research interests. This is one thing I have come to know that most people with polytechnic degree, they struggle to understand, like, how am I going to get research interest? What is research interest? Blah, 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 blah. Well, simply put, research interest is just a summary of what you want to treat in your grad studies. So anything you believe that, oh, you want to go on to talk about in your master's or in your PhD, most times our undergraduates, when we are doing our undergraduates, or ND or HND, most of the things they talked about the core courses, the core fundamentals of our courses, all of those things that are very, very broad. They'll just take it on the head. Well, of course, by the time you just check through, you see some things that you think that, oh, this thing, I like this area of specialization. I want to deal with it going forward. I want to deal with it going forward. So that is research interest. So most times, Your HND projects, yeah, your HND project can be something much more familiar to what you want to do in your grad studies. Sometimes it could be your ND, so that's why I put it into brackets. So once you figure out that area of specialization, it can be 6, it can be 5, that is it. So those are the things that will be addressed in your academic CV. Academic CV, I think, has been discussed by Sunday the other time. So I believe you can still go through the recording of this session and get an idea of what it is. So your research interest is very, very important. So it can be through your HND project that you did then, or through your ND project, or through one of the courses that you did way back in school that you think will get your interest or something you want to deal with in your advanced degree. That is it. Or it could be through a professor in your field, probably your lecturer back in school, or something somebody did that you are interested in. Your research interest can be in that way. Or like I said, branches of core programs, and then can get it done. And a very best way to check what program research interest also is when you go to websites like Google Scholar, Researchers Gate, all those stuffs like that. You will see people that are working in something related to your background, and you can see what they were working on, and then you can pick on 1 or 2 things for research interest. So it's like a list for my own. For somebody having a background in surveying and geoinformatics, my research interest was in climate change, GIS, remote sensing, natural disasters, where I do like stuff like that. Because I did flooding in my undergraduate, so stuff like that are related to what I did. So, and I discovered that stuff like that so are things that people are working on, environmental engineering, stuff like so. Those are research interests. So for HND graduates, for polytechnic graduates, please try to understand what research interest is. These are one of the things that actually make you to get your funding or helps you for your code mailing, which eventually land you where we are going to. So much has been said on that. So let me just go forward. So you have your questions, like it has been instructed, you can put them down and to be answered. So undergraduate thesis. Yeah, by the time you start this journey, you'll be hearing thesis, and thesis. Thesis is something that is very, very strange to us from our background. I believe you understand. All we knew is ND projects and HND projects, but over there they call it thesis. And one thing that makes you stand out is that before you can finish your polytechnic degree, especially in Nigeria for a case study, you have done 2 projects. That is, you have done 2 theses. And if God now help you that the ND projects that you did and the HND project that you did are still something related to what you want to do in your grad studies, like master's or PhD, then it's a plus. So it is not just been about being technical alone. Polytechnic graduates, they know more technical stuff, they do more practical. I beg. As long as you did the projects, it's your thesis. So these are the things that you need to leverage on. Either you are technical or not, your technicality is still some of those things that will pay out for you, in your academic, when you are designing your academic CV. So your thesis, you need to understand, if you see thesis or you are browsing a website and they talk about thesis, it's just talking about the project that you did back then in school. So it is your number 1 research experience, like I listed on the slide too. So in case you are, I don't have research experience, you're asking for research experience or something, well, that's your number 1 research experience. And for people that did their IT or their CWERs in places that are very familiar with their background, that can be your research experience too. And also, yes, I added this too. Your NYSC teaching is not a waste too. Yeah, for everybody that taught during their NYSC, your NYSC, that school that you taught can also be a plus to your teaching assistantship. So it can be regarded as a teaching experience. So we need to know this. And for everyone that is opportune to publish their projects, so let me use thesis now. Their thesis, well, that's a plus also, because publication actually helps. It shows you are much more competitive to graduate faculties or faculties in the United States also. So if you can, please go ahead with it. Publish publicize, English is hard, publicize your projects, your thesis also. So let's go on to the next one, which is transcript evaluation. My Oga Omole has dealt seriously with it, and I was just like, wow, that is nice. So please, guys, transcript evaluation is very important. And for somebody like myself, I only did transcript evaluation. I only did WES. WES was the only thing I did. And then I packaged my CV, my SOP, and my recommendation letter, and voila, I landed here. So please, transcript evaluation is very, very important. So NACES, NECES, they are the body that is responsible for, all of these evaluations, and they have members. So all they do is just convert your non-US academic background to something that is, related to an academic standard. So it should be related. So, but out of all the members, WES happens to be the most popular. They happen to be the most popular. So that's why you hear us talking about WES. Please, all these things are available on the web. You can just check it out and just do research and then read more about them. Some schools will say do an international evaluation with any NACES body. Once you hear NACES body, still referring to your WES. It can be ACE, it can be Spartran, it can be IEE. There are plenty like that, but WES seems to be very, very popular. So yes, my own personal recommendation for HND graduates, irrespective of your degree, your CGPA, please, both in ND and HND, please, I beg you, try to do WES. You get why? Try to do WES. So it's not just because of HND people, even BSCs, they do WES. A lot of people in JCS too, they did WES. So please try your best to do WES. It will save you from a lot of stress. I'm very, very serious about this. Even though not all schools accept international evaluation, but for our own case as polytechnic graduates, we will be. Please, it's important we do WES. It goes a long way. It is very recommended by me. It is recommended, but it's not compulsory. All right, so let me move very, very fast because I know a lot of time has been spent. So before I move away from this slide, try to get your WES evaluation, your transcripts. So let's move on. Alternatives. Yes, it is very, very important, even not just to polytechnic students alone or graduates alone. It is very, very important that you have alternatives to your program study or the program you intend to go and study. Why do I say that? Because, sometimes things just don't work your way. So for example, let me say, for somebody that did SLT or thereabouts, of course you should know, you shouldn't just be hammering up, it's SLT, I want to go and do in my master's. Even if it's not SLT, nothing else, I beg. So the thing is just that some schools may not have your direct program for their grad studies. Some, they change names. So these are the reasons why you should have like 2 or 3 alternatives. For my case, I think I studied surveying and geoinformatics. So for my alternatives, aside from looking for surveying, because most schools, you won't see most schools as surveying even for their undergrad. So most times you see them geomatics engineering, some will be like something engineering like that. Some, their program was under civil engineering for my course. So you should have alternatives. So for my case, I had geography as an alternative. I had GIS as an alternative. I also had environmental engineering as an alternative. So all of these programs were the programs I was shooting for, and I was looking towards to where I'll be less competitive or where I'll be more competitive depending on my package, my academic CV and every other thing that I was bringing to do. So please, it's very, very important. Always have like at least 2 programs, that are related to your field that you can go for in case you don't see your main program. Just related, it goes a long way. I know this can be somehow to some people, but when you get there, you'll understand. So don't be rigid. Be ready to diversify. It will go a long way and it will strengthen your chances. So let's talk about one other important stuff I really, really want to dwell on. Research culture. Yeah, research culture. Very, very important, very quintessential. One thing I've come to discover is the fact that polytechnic graduates, they don't research. And it's not our fault. It's probably because research is not being prioritized well. But as far as graduate studies is concerned, you will research every damn thing you're going to research, and it is time you get your hands dirty. There's some questions that you've been asking. I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of questions that I just overlook and just don't respond to, because why? I believe some of those responses are to be found on the web. So please, all these apps that are outside there now, every year things get competitive. So that means you also must be competitive. So I don't expect us not having a LinkedIn account by now. Twitter is very, very important. Google, especially, even Chat GPT, Grammarly, equally, but all these things, that the things we should get our hands around and see what they do and how they are working. Nobody will come and sit you down and start telling you, this is how you will work with Chat GPT, this is how you will do Grammarly. No, there are tons of resources online. So try to research, try to check things out, try to know how things work and how they really, really make sense to you, add value to you. Those are the things that makes you competitive. So the research culture is one thing that we need to embellish in our system, especially as polytechnic graduates. Research, very, very important. Know where to get things. You don't need to know everything, but you need to know where to get everything that you need. So I need to emphasize on that very, very well. So you can say, oh, all I know is just I know the technical know-how, I know it's technical, but you need to know about where to get your answers also, so that you can apply to your technicality. Very, very important. So the DIY is very important when it comes to grad studies, because that's the reason why some people have gotten into the hands of all the so-called agents, because you don't know how to do it yourself. Doing it yourself is not just because of application, it will help you even during the course of your study in the United States or North America generally, or even wherever you might go to. So it's very, very important. The research culture, know how to get answers, where to get answers that you need, especially on the web. There are tons of resources on YouTube, there are tons of resources on Google. So just know how to draft them out, and then voila, you get what you need. So those are some of the processes that you just need to know how to do. So on to the next one. Networking. Yeah, this being said, there is no alternative to teamwork. Teamwork is very, very important, and I really, really appreciate JCS. Since I joined JCS, that's been another ball game entirely, and it's giving me a lot of people, a lot of resources that money can buy. I'm saying that's for free. Very, very important. So the group resources is the best you can lay your hands upon, because one thing I get to understand, I got things rough, very, very rough, because I really didn't have a group, or so to say, resources that was going to help me. And because of that, I think I processed my words for like 1 year. I spent the whole of 2022 battling with my words back and forth, back and forth. I never knew my school was very fast. And that's a point line to everybody that finished from Federal Polytechnic Pilaro. Processing words in our school is very fast, very, very fast. Though I knew that the hard way. So that's why we have resources like this. So please, 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 and please, group resources is very, very important. This year's, that link alone is passports to everything. Everything you can ever need is there. So you don't even need to research too much. Just get around it. And if you get confused, you can always reach out, and then you'll be addressed appropriately. So please, group resources is very, very important, not just for application's sake, for all the everything about this grad journey. Because by the time we get into deep, love letters, green lights, all of these little terms that we use, you get as if when you get a love letter, you don't want to cry alone. The rejections letter and the like, so you get people to mingle with, people to cry on their shoulder, and to motivate yourself and be like, wait, we move, and then that's it. So from searching for skills, for visa dates, mocks, traveling, school, graduation, we need people. Nobody can make it alone. So this is not just an HND graduate principle, it's a general one. So try to get into good teams that will lead you together till we all win. Yeah. So I'm rounding up very fast so that we can have time to discuss and do other stuff. So what do we need? What do you need? It has been said over and over and over again. So I will just give us a little time to just read through this slide ourselves and then see. So what you need even as a polytechnic graduate is not far different from what everybody needs. It's just those simple things that I've mentioned ahead. So once you can just take those things off, then you are good to go. Especially when you do your worst. Especially when you see when you're on your any application page and you see an undergraduate degree or its equivalent, just know that they are talking to you, polytechnic students or polytechnic graduates. And by the time you do your worst, you will see even worse will say this is equivalent of BSc. So right now, you say I'm having an HND, yes, I'm having an HND. You say I'm having an equivalent of a BSc, yes, I'm having it. I'm even doing my master's already, so so that's it. So that's just a little one. So what you need, international passport, you can't do without it. Transcript, we've talked about it. SOP or personal statements, well, can't do without it. Academic CV, Shegun as I mean Sunday has talked about it. Recommendation letters, very important. English tests, well, some people might need it. I didn't do it. GRE or GMAT, as the case may be, also important. I didn't do it, but you might need it too. Writing samples and proposal, especially for people going for PhD, you might need it. And most importantly, money. I need to break this up to you. Nothing is free, actually. Even with scholarship, you will still spend. I get a lot of people asking questions about, would they pay for my visa, a flight fee? Would they? Oh, well, we've heard people that they paid for their own, but point blank, they won't be the one to pay for that. So you still need to get some change, probably for app. You pay some school's application fee, some $20, some $50, some $100. There are some you get waivers, some you won't get waivers, some you get application waiver code or not. So that's just to tell us that you still spend some little money, but the rate of spending is depending on your budget or depending on what you are looking for. Sure you get. So I think I just need to make that known to everybody. So this is basically everything that you need to have in stock. So with this, I'll be rounding up. So these are all the requirements that you need. I mean, the tangible things that you need. And this is not taking up the side that you need a good determination, doggedness, networking, the not giving up mentality. Until I reach it, I won't break, stuff like that. Yes, we've seen it, all those things that are going essential. But for a start or for the major part of it, these are all the things that you need to land your scholarship in the United States and come and let's enjoy this world of new things together. So yeah, I'll be stopping here. Every other thing that I didn't talk about, like code mail and the likes, I believe other speakers they've addressed it and I saw them address it. So I'll be wrapping it up from here. I'll sit there in the background to say one or two things. So from here, thank you everybody for
Thank
listening.
you so much, Oluwaseun. This is very,
Yeah.
very great. I love, personally, I love it. I love your style of presentation. I love the way you nail it. Thank you so much for that. And you made a
Welcome.
mistake, oh, and I need to tell you. You said we need little money. It's not little money. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, we need much money. West,
Okay,
West is
we need
West is
much
two hundred
money.
and $18.
Yeah, sure.
So West, and then they also pay their school. They will pay application fees. So it's not little money.
And little is relative. It's relative. It can be little to some
Well,
people.
that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Thank you so
All
much
right.
once again. We are
Thank you,
very, very grateful
everybody.
for that session.
Yeah.
All right. So let me quickly buttress what our scholar just said. Perhaps you guys are wondering how you get to know if a school will accept HND or not. Our scholar said, wherever you see them write PLC or its equivalent, that means they are talking to you. BSc or its equivalent. So please pay attention to that statement when you are trying to browse through the schools that has your program. And option B, to get to know if a particular program or if a particular school will be accepting your HND degree is by making an inquiry through the program coordinator. They are in the best position to respond to that. Be plain with them, tell them the kind of degree that you hold, ask them if it's acceptable or not. As a matter of fact, there are some schools that doesn't even require you to do worse. You get, but just like our scholar has said, just do worse. That's it. See, I used to tell any HND degree holder, first thing you just do West. You can't be sending two transcripts to your professor. They might get tired. Get your transcript evaluated once and for all. As simple as that. And then another thing I want to mention is you made mention of writing samples. Your writing samples can be your thesis, your undergraduate thesis, your ND thesis, your HND thesis, your seminars, IT reports. Writing samples simply means any kind of academic writings that you prepared yourself. Academic writings that you prepare yourself. So all those seminars you have been told to do during your school days, go and look for them. If you can't get the soft copy, go and scan the hard copy and turn it to PDF. You will need them. It's very, very important. You will need them. So, and I also mentioned this earlier that how to go about West is not something that is hard. I've explained earlier. You open an account with West, you generate your reference number by choosing an option of you can see that on our drive link anyways. You make sure you generate your reference number, copy the West address, then go back to your institution, initiate the transcript processing for them to send to abroad, pay their necessary dues, and wait for West to notify you if they receive your documents or not. So thank you once again, Oluwashiripede. I want to ask, are you doing your masters or PhD?
Masters.
Oh,
Masters.
great. There are some that also got PhD direct with their HND, so it's possible to get your masters.
Yeah, exactly. It's with their HND. I have a few like that.
So it's very, very possible. So thank you so much once again. Now we are left with 2 sessions. We are very sorry that our meeting is taking so long. We can see some participants are leaving the webinar already. Well, it's not our loss, it's theirs. So yes. So the next 2 sessions we have now is the one we talk about the English test, how to know if a school require you to do English test or not. What are the formats you need to present to the program coordinator to weave English test for you. Personally, I do fight for it a lot. So I'll be inviting our previous caller. Okay. Very short. Currently, we have one of our scholars who want to. Do you have anyone who is going for an NBA that's currently on this webinar? If you are going for NBA, can you say I? Okay, so definitely we have no one going for NBA. So we might have to shift that session to the end. So Sunday Akonji, are you ready for your presentation regarding the English test proficiency?
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
very much
Thank you so
available.
much. You were the only scholar that we discussed 2 sessions with us. Thank you so much for that. For a quick reminder,
Yeah, it's an honor.
is going for his PhD program at the University of North Carolina, and he ends that with his BSc degree without MSc. So trust me, anything he's telling us is based on experience. So you can go ahead, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So it's an honor to be back here again. Yeah, and let me apologize for the previous time. I was actually speaking too fast. I didn't realize that until I was done with the session. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I guess probably I had a lot to say, so I was trying to just rush over them and not take too much of our time. Yeah, so for this session now, we are going to be talking about the rubrics of English tests. Yes, the rubrics of English tests. I have prepared my slide, but unfortunately, we are still being affected by the condition in our country. Yeah, There's a power failure
Sorry for
here, so I won't
the
be able
break in
to
transmission.
bring that up. You said?
Go ahead, go ahead. I lost my communication earlier.
Okay. All right. So the rubrics of English test. So what we to start with, what's the essence of the English test? Why is it required? Of course, you know, when you are going to the school you're applying to, the schools you're going to, the mode of the language of instruction is English language. So they want to know that this person we are actually going to be accepting into this institution is actually fluent in this language of instruction, such that there will be no problem handling the programs, the courses, and all of those things. Yeah. So, and then fortunately enough, we've been taught in English here in Nigeria. So this gives us chance to actually request for waivers. And currently we have quite a number of schools that are waiving English language test for Nigerians. Yes. And thanks to Dr. Igbala Jobi, and I hope that we would have other scholars that will replicate the same, in the sense that the right to institutions to kind of waive English language test for Nigerians. Yes, but nonetheless, we are still going to speak on that. Yes, to start with, uh, the test. I always like that if there's an easy way to get something done, you don't need to go through the burdensome way. Yeah. So the easy route to this is that you can write a waiver request to your institution that you've studied in English, and then you can, of course, in your writings, in your SOP, and all of those things. Even in the waiver request you're sending, they can see if you actually speak English very well or not. Yeah, so you can request for a waiver on that. For the applications I made, I got waivers for all of, so for most of them, But eventually, for this program I'm going for, I had to submit the English language test. Yes, the school did not get to waive it for me. I mailed the graduate coordinator, the program coordinator. I mailed of course, my professor. I was able to secure a PI, so I mailed her, and then along the way, she asked me that, will you be able to present your English language test results? Unfortunately enough, it was just 2 days away that I'll be writing the test. So I told her to hold on for me, that I was just about to write the test and send it over to her. So yeah. In short, confirm from the school that you need the test before you go ahead into it. So if you need the test, then this is for you. Yeah, the rubrics of English test. For English test, we have TOEFL, that is the test of English as a foreign language. We have the IELTS, which is the International English Language Testing System. We have Duolingo. We also have, I think there are Cambridge, a lot of those things. Yeah, but these are the three common ones. Yes. So the test of English, the TOEFL, is conducted by the ETS, as the Education Testing Service, the same that conducts the GRE, and is primarily used for academic purposes. So there are different versions of TOEFL. We have the TOEFL IBT, that is the internet-based test. Yes, that is the common one. Then you have the home edition, which you are going to sit in your house and then write do the test on your computer at home. And then we have the third one, which is the paper-based test. You know that for real, in examinations or in academia now, papers are getting obsolete rather. Yeah, not entirely, but of course, no one would want to write such an exam and request for a paper unless there are certain circumstances that require that. Yeah, so those are the three versions for TOEFL. That is the TOEFL IBT, the home edition, and then the paper-based test. Yeah. So in the test, there are different sections. The sections are primarily, for all languages, there are basically 4 sections. For you to know that you understand this language, you have to be good at listening to the language. You have to be good at reading, you have to be good at writing, you have to be good at speaking. So those are the four sections that the test is going to be based on. Yeah. So recently, TOEFL has made they've made some the conducting body or the examination body has made some significant improvements to TOEFL as we know it. When I wrote TOEFL, it was, I think it was over 3 hours. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be a bit more faster about this presentation. Yeah. So last year, TOEFL was different, but this year, starting from July 26th, yeah. So TOEFL has made some adjustments to what to some of the because it's primarily to shorten the time that is being spent in the examination hall. So something of over 3 hours or close to 3 hours before has now become, I think, less than 2 hours. Yes. So for TOEFL, you have the four sections. The first section I'm talking about is the writing section. Yes. The writing section, you have the integrated aspects. Before we used to have the independent, but now um, we have the academic conversation. Yes, academic discussion, which is 20 minutes. Then reading session, before we used to have 3 to 4 passages that would take up to 54 minutes or 72 minutes. Now we have it as 2 passages, 10 questions each, and 36 minutes each. Yeah. So for the reading, for the speaking, you have to you have 4 talks. One is independent, the other one is integrated. By independent, it means that being given a topic or something to talk about, and you have time to talk on it. Don't worry, your response is going to be recorded into the computer, and then a human examiner or something is going to listen to whatever you've said in the record and grade you based on your speech, your coherence, and all of those, your vocabulary, and all of those things. Yeah. So going to I think you should be aware of the score band. Yes, the score band is actually up to 120. Yes, for 0 to 120 for TOEFL. So that's why you see people getting 100, 90 something, 80 something. Yes, so I'm going to send a link to the chat box so that we'll be able to look that up and make some findings on that as well on our own. Yeah, so if we're moving to IELTS now, which is the International English Language Testing System. Yeah, some people will be asking that which one should I write? Is it IELTS? Is it TOEFL? Yeah, based on region, I think North America often accepts, yeah, they accept both IELTS, TOEFL, and Duolingo. They accept, but you know, they are being particular about TOEFL. So TOEFL generally goes with North America, then IELTS generally goes with Europe, and then Duolingo. But they can accept any of those actually. But if you're going to America, I would say that you should write TOEFL. Yeah. So that is just the basic difference between the two. Then for the versions of IELTS, you have 2 versions. You have the IELTS academics and you have the IELTS general training. So for scholarship purposes, academic purpose, you need the IELTS academics. For professional engagement in terms of job employment purposes, or maybe uh, anything professional, you go for, or for immigration purpose, they use IELTS general training. But for this purpose now, it's academic, IELTS academics. So we have 4 sections as well. We have the listening section, the reading section, the writing section, and then the speaking section. But in this case, the speaking section, I said for the TOEFL, I said you're going to speak into like you are speaking to your computer, your response is getting recorded, and then someone marks it afterwards. But for the IELTS, you are actually going to have a physical interview face to face with a certified IELTS examiner. Yeah. So, and then overall band score is awarded based on the average of all the scores you have. That is, um, your score band is from 0 to 9, and then the increment is 0.5. So you can see people getting 6.5, 6.0, then 7.5, 7. So by 0.5 increments. Yeah, for TOEFL, your listening, each section actually sums up to 30 marks. So for listening section, you have 30 marks, reading 30 marks, writing 30 marks, and then speaking 30 marks. So 30 times 4 is 120. That's for TOEFL. But for IELTS, you have a 0 to 9. Yeah. And then you want to know that, okay, is there a pass mark? Yeah, there's a pass mark, and no, there's no pass mark. But the way you get to know your pass mark is you get to know your pass mark from the school you're applying to or for the program you're applying to. They're going to specify that, okay, this is the minimum requirement. So for IELTS now, the minimum requirement I often see is 6.0. And then for TOEFL, I've seen the minimum requirement for 80. Yes, 80, some put as 90, some put as 100. So just check the school you're applying to. But it's always better for you to have a very high score so that it give you like a wide catchment area. You can use your result and apply to different places. Yeah. So for Duolingo now, uh, Duolingo is actually conducted entirely online and designed to uh, all these tests are actually designed to assess your ability to understand and use English in an academic context. Yeah. So it is just like an evidence that you are proficient in English language and all of those things. So the scoring for Duolingo is from 10 to 160, and it has two sections. The first section is the core test itself, and the core test contains the listening, the reading, the writing, and the speaking, like the other two we discussed. And then you have the video interview. Yeah, so the video interview is when you speak with a human examiner that grades you, listen to your speech, your coherence, your pronunciation, um, your vocabulary, and all of those things. Yes. So I don't know, because of time, I wouldn't want to go in depth actually. We have some questions. We have those sections are equally broken down into different parts. Like I mentioned earlier, that we have some integrated, independent aspects, the integrated, the academic discussion, and all of those things. So I would implore us to check through their website and get more details on to get more details about these things. So let me quickly copy the this thing and send to the chat box. Yeah. So about the price, about the fee, the fee for these exams, I actually would not be so much definite for two reasons. The first reason is for my TOEFL, I didn't get to pay for my TOEFL. I got high scholar uh, I got the scholarship, so I was being paid for. So I actually don't. Uh, I think it's around maybe 180 something dollars or so. So I'm not definite about it. And then IELTS, but I know for sure that Duolingo is the cheapest of these two. So confirm from your school whichever is preferable, whichever they accept. Yes. Moreover, the second reason is because the naira to dollar fluctuation and all of those things. So you can't basically say that this is it. But they all have a certain amount in dollar that you can easily convert to the rate, whatever rate is applicable. Yes. So I'll be sharing some success tips that will help us. The first thing is make smart and realistic plan. Yes, make smart plans, make realistic plans to register and to write the test at the most appropriate time. So if you are targeting for 2024 now, you know that application for 2024 or 2024, some applications are opened now. Others, most of them will open majorly in August, and then August up to like first week of, I'm talking of priority deadline. Someone mentioned priority deadline. Priority deadline is just like uh, the deadline that you are required to meet in order for you to be considered for funding opportunity. And funding is what you need. Admission is easy. Funding is what you need. So whatever you want to do now should be between now and the 1st of December. So realistic plans to register so that you can give enough time to prepare for the test and then register and write the test to ace it. So you don't want to waste your money. Yeah. So he who fails to plan has actually planned to fail. Yeah, he who fails to plan has already planned to fail. The next thing is prepare for your test with relevant study materials.
Help us
Yeah, this
find
is
out
not secondary
scholar.
school. This is not okay. Okay, so you don't have to cover everything. Start with the official guides. There are resources online. You don't have to cover everything. Just know the basic ones. Use the Pareto principle 80-20. Just use the basic things that you need. Then join virtual study groups. There are study groups. Yes, I benefited a lot from this. There are people that will call me that, okay, have you prepared? Have you done this? Have you done that? So join study groups. Your personal study cannot be overemphasized. Then consult scholars that have written the test and passed the test. Take a lot of practice tests, a lot of practice tests. So this will make you to be adequately prepared and ready to take the real test. It will also help you with the time management. Understand the scoring scale and time allocated for each section of the tests. And above all, obtain grace. Yes, get grace. Why? Because there's an amount of grace that is required. Yes, it differs from individual, but there's an amount of grace that is needed and it's timely needed for success to be achieved and even to be maintained. So I'm going to be
Round up,
closing with
round
this.
up, round up.
Yeah, I'm closing with this. So at JCS, it's a win-win game. We play win-win game here. We derive joy in seeing ourselves succeed, and you are part of us if you are ready to put in the work. Our energy is not depreciating. Our focus is not unwavering. Truly, we rise by lifting others, and we believe so much in this. So that's we believe in this that no one has won until we all win. Then we shall meet again to rejoice in our victory, seeing our dreams getting fulfilled and living graciously in it. So till we all win. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Scholar Michael. That's impressive. Thank you so much. Let me quickly buttress this. So, if you want to know if your school or your program requires you to write English test or not, there are two requirements in every school website. Number one is the graduate school requirements. Number two is the program requirements. Sometimes the graduate requirement might not require TOEFL, while the program will require TOEFL. So please pay attention to that. Your program might require English test, while the general graduate school might not require English test. Let me explain. The scholar that just finished this session said his program requires TOEFL. If I want to do animal science in his own school, I might not need TOEFL. So that's just the difference. So when you are going through or navigating through the school websites, always pay attention to the two requirements. One, the program requirements, and two, the graduate school requirements. Please pay attention. Also, the cutoff band, he has made mention of that it depends on your program. Each program has their own cutoff of what they are expecting you to get in your TOEFL or IELTS score. Also, before you conclude you want to write an English test, make an attempt to get a waiver. Please make an attempt to get a waiver. It's very important. And you've been hearing them talking about high scholar, high scholar, high scholar. So high scholar is just kind of community or it's kind of organization that help prospective graduate students financially to help them pay for their GRE test, TOEFL, based on fill of their applications. You can go online and read about them about a scholar. So JCS also will be getting to that stage very soon where we'll be supporting our members financially to make their journey easy, supporting them with the application fee, paying for their GRE course. So we will definitely get there from there. We are still working hard regarding that, and we should be doing that very soon. So let me quickly take up um 5 questions. If you have questions, please wave your hand. Doze, are you online? If you have questions, you can drop them on the chat box now, or you wave your hands. All right, let me look out for our scholars. So why we wait for people that ask questions? Let me look for scholars to invite. Look at the can tell us about their journey, the advice they have for us this night. So the next session is the sharing of story and overall motivation by our scholars. So although I won't be calling all our speakers because although they are scholars, but we just need to let them rest. So I'll be calling on okay, I can see Benjamin Oluwadia. Are you online, Benjamin? Hello, Benjamin, are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right, please. You have 3 minutes.
yes,
You have 3 minutes to just motivate our participants. Give them your word of advice. 3 minutes, please. Be fast.
yeah. Thank you so much for this privilege given to me, and I must commend the organizers of this great program. Yeah. The journey to my funding was not easy, but we thank God. But I will just try to encourage people listening to me because last year I was here to listen to scholars, and it has been helpful to me. So the different people have actually speak on how to the documents you actually needed, the your CV, your um SOP, most importantly your CVI and SOP. Then is that GRA or your West? The journey was not easy to me, but I tried to. What I did was I I tried to bring two of my colleagues that we review things together in the person of Sunday and in the presence of Sabbath. We review our and we motivate ourselves through calling ourselves because it's not easy combining work and combining
Benjamin, they are saying your voice is low. Please increase the volume of it. Thank you.
okay. Okay, can you hear me now? Is it clear now?
Yeah, very, very clear.
Yeah. So because it's not easy to combine work and funding and securing and funding opportunity together. But when it comes to time when I'm tired, I have to reach out to my friend. Hey Sabit, I'm tired of this thing. I try to message professor. I've not been seeing any response. I
Start
tried,
rounding up
so
for
that's
Benjamin.
when he's going to see a response from them. I was like, how so Sabit, you can able to get a response. That will actually motivate me to actually okay, let me do a code mail. I actually got two funding from Market University in Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Then I got another one in New Jersey, Institute of New Jersey. So in New Jersey. So, but all through my application was through code mailing. Code mailing actually helped. I code mail. Then after the code mail, I was given the opportunity to be interviewed, and I did my best, and I was given the admission. After the admission, the funding actually came with it.
Thank
So
you
I
so
will
much.
encourage you guys to package your applications very well. I didn't actually do WES, even though I graduated with a 2-2 from FUTA, but I did a GRE. So any school I see that they are requiring WES or they are requiring English proficiency, I won't apply. So that's how I did my own. But try and as much as possible to actually carry your friends along, reach out
Thank
to
you so
them,
much.
and
Thank you
I
so
believe
much,
everything will be fine.
Ola
Thank you.
Benjamin. Thank you for your
Yeah.
time. Tobiloba, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, so good evening, everybody. Thank you for this platform. I don't know how to express my appreciation. So let me just go straight to my questions. So I think I'll be directing my question to Mr. Samuel. Mr. Sunday Michael. So and then Mr. Adekunle Omole. So you spoke about getting a
Just ask
PhD.
your question. Ask your question. We can attend to
Question.
it.
Okay. Right now, I just concluded my program in Futa. I don't have academic publication yet. I didn't do any academic publication apart from the project I did in school, and it was not published. So, but I've been hearing people talking about the fact that you need to have like a publication to secure PhD. So I don't want to do master. I just want to go straight to the PhD program, right? So I was going to ask, what do you think I need to do to, put my profile out in the front of the people, like the guys to make the decision so that I can get funding for my PhD program. So that's my question actually.
All right. So much for that question. Let me quickly. Okay. Michael, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, Oluwatobiloba, there's nothing
Please be
to,
fast.
no
Please
cause
be
for
fast.
alarm.
Okay. Please be fast.
All right. All right. So likewise, I finished from BSc to PhD. I didn't have any publication, but see that your undergraduate thesis that you did was actually a research experience on its own. So what I did for my own was that I actually sent the abstract of my thesis. If you know you did well in your thesis, so I sent the abstract of my thesis to my PI to check through. So it's not an issue. You can include your undergraduate thesis. It's not a problem if you don't have a publication.
So much. Tobiloba is as simple as that. Having a publication is good, but it's not a criteria of securing funding. Having publication is good, but it's not a criteria. So what's the second question? Tobiloba, are you there?
Yeah, that's the question I want to ask actually.
Oh, good. I hope you've answered your question. Magaline. Hello, Magaline, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay. So in my 100 level first semester I had an F, but
Okay.
I think there were two, but I rewrote the courses, and in one of them I had an A, the other one I had a C. My question is, when they check my transcripts, my 100 level first semester result will be the first thing that they will see, and they will see that
Okay.
F, shining F there. So what will it do? Like, will it impact their perception of me or something?
Oh, that's a very good question. Actually, it won't. It won't. I also had an elf. Yeah, and I'm very sure one of the founder of this community also had an elf. So basically, a couple of us had elf during our undergraduate days. So it's not an issue. It's not an issue. So let's hear from Benjamin. Benjamin.
Thank you.
Yeah, from futsal, I don't know from our chances, maybe that F actually showed because I know I had an F in 201.
It showed in mine, but it's not showing when you after West evaluation. I think West will remove it.
So doing well,
So,
it won't show. So I
so
don't think that is
West
a
will
problem
put.
since we've already passed it.
So West will remove it and put your latest, like the one you retake after the F grade. Do you understand? So no issue, no issue. All
Thank you
right.
very
So
much.
you're welcome. So any other question? I think most of our participants have left the meeting. So I'll be inviting another
Hello.
scholar. All right. Hi, Nuruddin.
Yeah, please, I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, like some school, even if you have West evaluation, and maybe the school is not requiring West, but from the advice by Polyboy that you should be attaching your West evaluation. So when you're applying on the portal, they may ask you to report your CGPA. Which one would you advise applicant to report? Is it the one on the weight or the one on the original transcript from the school?
The one on your West.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
The moment you've evaluated your transcripts, stick to that West transcripts. Okay, stick with the West transcripts. So
all right. Thank you.
I graduated with 3.94, and my West is 3.42. So that's what I'm claiming right now. So I don't have business difficulty again for now. So my current GPA is 3.42. So it's as simple as that. All right. So let me look out for one of our scholars again to motivate us. In the bushy, in the bushy, are you online?
What happened? They spoiled my name.
Good evening.
Yes.
All right.
Good evening.
So motivate our participants. Tell us how is better funding in 3 minutes. And your word of advice.
How
3
I got my
minutes.
funding in 3 minutes. I'll just motivate.
Okay, whichever you want to do, just tell us something.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon. First of all, I want to express my appreciation to this community that brings together people of like mind, because really you cannot go far without having support system, and this community has really been of great support to me. Okay, so briefly, I'll just talk about how I got my funding. So it all began when I was added to the JCS community, I think sometime in July or September last year, I'm not sure, by one of our scholars, Omoli. Well, I honestly cannot stress enough how important the ads posted on this group are, like the main group are. In September, I came across an ad posted on the group by Happiness, and little did I know that that would be a game changer. Well, thankfully, I secured the fully funded offer through that ad, and I'll be attending Florida State University this fall. I'll be resuming at Florida State University this fall. So thank you, Happiness, for that ad you posted last year.
You're welcome. We are still owing me anyways.
So guys, like I said, I really can't stress how important the ads posted on the group are. So if you find anyone that's related to your field, just hold it, take it very important, and apply to those schools. So you definitely get something along the line. Good luck to everyone. Thank you,
very much.
JCS. Thank you,
Thank you
Happiness.
so much. Thank you so much. Civil Pro, I'll come to you very soon. I was saying something earlier that not everyone will send code email to secure their funding. Not everyone will send code email to secure their funding. Although Sharon Darosha, her testimony, has been sending code emails, but the school she finally got into was just an advertised position, and they just send an email application for the position. She was interviewed and got on our site. She got it funding. So Civil Pro Associate is also one of our scholars, and I think he wants to motivate and give us some word of advice for our participants. Can go ahead, sir. Civil Pro. Okay, I think she's not online at the moment. Do you have any other? All right. You're welcome. Please kindly motivate us. Word of advice in 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm Engineer Lukoni. I want to say that people that are ready to go for excuse me, please, I have code.
It's fine. It's fine.
That are so
Have you
determined.
traveled?
No.
Okay.
That are determined to get to study in the US with funding. I want to say that it's possible. That's number one. Number two is that all those materials on JCS platform they are very important. Excuse me, please.
So sorry about that.
Yeah, I started using them before I even joined the community because when the journey began last year, sometime around June, I spoke to Olokere and he referred me to Omole. However, I was trying to discuss with Omole. All he could just do was to send me the link, and that was the turnaround. So it's possible, but it needs commitment. You could imagine somebody that has 3 kids, spending the night in the lab just to look for opportunity. Because if I know I sleep at home. If I stay at home to do this, if it is not one child, it will be the other at the same time. And I know I'm determined to get this. So it's very important it's doable. Let everybody get to work. And our target is that we should surpass this year's record. And I believe it's doable. So thank you very much. Because I'm restricted with this code, so I may not be able to go for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking your time to talk to our prospective participants. We are very grateful for the opportunity. Ayomide okay. Those are past questions. All right. So let me look out for any scholars that we have on our list before we round up the meeting. Please, if you have any other question, you can raise your hand and I'll attend to your question. It's quite unfortunate that our participants they are dropping some questions on the chat box has left the meeting. Well, that's how we know some dedicated students. So All right. In the absence of no question, I would like to thank everyone for taking their time to join this meeting. To all our speakers, thank you very much. To all our scholars that took their time to have a session with us, with our participants, thank you so much for your precious time. You are very grateful. Um, so the participants that are wait to this moment, I can assure you, you just demonstrated an act of uh, Sunday. What word can I use there? My English teacher. The participant that stay from the beginning of this session to this moment. What word can we use to qualify their uh,
Resilient.
resilience? Yeah.
Possibly they are tenacious.
Okay. Uh, like you have said. So let me congratulate you in advance. The last webinar I attended, I was not a scholar, and I'm glad to be here as a scholar this time. So I can assure you that this year you are not a scholar, and I'm so certain by the time this webinar will be hosted next year again, you'll be a scholar. You probably be holding a session. So I must congratulate you for your funding ahead. So thank you so much for taking your time to attend this webinar. Um, if I should tell my testimony, our time is fast spent, but let me just tell you these few words. So those that took their time to wait to this moment, I must say, I want you to put in the hard work. It's not easy. To be candid, it's not easy. Um, Especially the coding mailing part is so tiring. You can send 40 emails without getting a response. That is how tiring it can be. So don't give up. So don't give up, Shana. Personally, give up, fuck up. So also pay attention to priority deadline. Just try and submit a couple of applications even without securing supervised. So right now, applications are open for 2024. Try and submit to like 2 to 3 schools that specifically mention that they have priority deadline, and they will definitely consider whoever apply during the priority deadline for financial consideration. So pay attention to those statements before you apply without securing supervisor. Olabode Thomas, you have a question? Olabode Thomas, you have
Oh,
a question?
yes, I have a question.
All right, please go ahead. All right,
Yes,
go ahead in
I
2
want to
minutes.
find. Okay, okay. I want to find out. Does your year of graduation, maybe for some of us that have graduated, I mean, many years back, and does it
Okay.
affect this funding thing, or
No,
do they
no,
look out for fresh
no,
graduate? I mean, freshly graduated students alone, or even if
no.
they're
It,
graduated?
it doesn't. It doesn't. Civil Pro, can you please tell Olabode the year you graduated from university?
Uh, I went to Polytechnic. I graduated in the year 2007.
Okay. And your master's degree when?
2018.
Can you see? So he finished his HND 2007, and after like 11 years, he decided to proceed for his MSc. So, about this, it's the year you graduated is not a barrier. It's not a barrier, and it can never be. Benjamin, you want to say something?
Yeah. I want to add something in addition to that. Just that if you want to write your CV, don't in the year that you know you are finished school for a while. So when writing your CV, just put something in it so that they will
All
know that
those
you are
years
working in
must
that line.
have some experience. Yeah, that's a very valid point in there. So, Olabode, when you are preparing your CV, make sure those years are filled up with 1 or 2 experience related to the program you are going for. Yes, that's the best thing you can do when you're in that kind of situation.
Okay.
Have
Experience
I
relating
answered
to
your
the
question?
program because yes, I'm still trying to. So yeah, the experience related to the program I'm applying for. That's what should be on the CV. Only that,
Yes,
right?
we call it relevant experience.
Okay.
It must be relevant to your program.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So, in the absence of no question, thank you so much once again. This meeting lasted 3 hours 45 minutes.
Ask me question.
Or go ahead, Magaline. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said something just now. You said apply to institutions that have priority deadlines, even
Yes.
if you don't have a PI yet. Is that what you said?
Yes. Exactly. That's what I said.
Even without a PI?
Yes. Yes. It's possible.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
All right. All right. Let me clarify that for you. When you go through your program website and you find out that there's a priority deadline, the first thing you do is reach out to the program coordinator. You make an inquiry. Hello, doctor. So. My name is this and that. I would like to make an inquiry if I can proceed to submit my application without securing a supervisor. So if you get a go ahead, go ahead. If you were told to secure a supervisor, then step back and make sure you secure a supervisor. Did you get that? Magaline, did you
Yes,
get
I
that?
do.
Oh,
Yes,
good,
yes, I
good,
do.
good.
Thank you very much.
Benjamin, you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to cite an example. The school I'm currently going,
Okay.
I could mail the PI, but no response. So I have to submit my application. So at the point of reviewing my application, they have to mail me back. But I submitted my application on during the priority deadline. So you can actually submit your application. So even without when you are not you are best fit for the program and you are trying to coordinate and you don't see any response, you can just give it a try. So you might know.
All right. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Olabode, you have another question? Olabode, you have another question? All right.
Address. Thank you.
Ima? Okay, go ahead, Olabode.
Okay.
Olabode, do you have any question? Ima? Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello. Yeah, please. I have a quick question, and it's about Cornell University. So I
Corner,
tried
okay,
to reach
go
out to
ahead.
I tried to reach out to the program coordinator. I've already applied actually, but I don't know why. I've sent him 2 mails. He's just reading and he's not responding. And none of the potential peers I sent message to email to responded. So I don't know. I've
What?
submitted the application actually.
Yeah, you finger crossed. If you submitted the application, finger crossed. Cornell University is an Ivy League university, and they not that they don't respond. As a matter of fact, I've once been interviewed by a professor in Cornell, so it's probably the person you're sending an email to doesn't have a position open, and some of them don't like responding if they don't have position open. Some of them will tell you I don't have position. Some people see their silence as they want to see their silence as I don't have a position. So
Yeah, but
just
what about the program coordinator? The program coordinator doesn't respond. That's
see
my problem.
we have some lazy program coordinator. That one is we have
Okay.
them in some schools. They are very lazy. I have one like that. I won't mention his name, but well, that man showed me shege. So there are some we have lazy professors as well. But regarding that, keep sending reminder, please. Keep sending reminder.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other question? Okay. So in the absence of no question, thank you once again. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Ajayi Happiness, and I'm one of the forerunners of JCS community. And by the grace of God, I'll be resuming this August at Kentucky State University for my master's program on a fully funded ride. So I wish you all the best to those that are yet to secure their own funding. For you to take your time to finish this meeting with us, I'm certain you knew what you wanted. And the fact that you knew what you wanted, you definitely go for it. I wish you all good luck. Thank you. Shinozo, are you saying something?
No, it was a mistake. I wanted to clap.
Okay, yeah, clap very well. Clap very well.
Yeah,
Please, if you
thank
have
you very
any
much, everyone.
question,
Fab.
If you have
Thank
any
you.
question, you can still drop it. I'm still here for the next 5 minutes. If you don't have any question, you can quit the meeting. Thank you.
Can I chat to you in your WhatsApp? That's my question. Later.
Sheima,
I'm here.
of course, my DM is open now. Just that my response might be quite
No,
late.
no, no, no. I
You
understand.
can,
I understand. Everybody's busy.
so
Yeah.
you can send your. Of course, you
So
can
please,
send.
can you off that your 24 hours disappearing message, please? Our last touch don't play, and I needed those stuff.
I didn't have it on for you.
I think
Well,
it's on. I
it's
tried
from your hand.
to.
Let me
Mm,
check. Let me check. So
okay.
sorry. So sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
What's the WhatsApp name? Is it Ima? Okay, let me see.
I'll say hi now.
Send I.